All right. Episode 12 of Big River Talks podcast, talk show. We are coming to you live from the big metropolis, the biggest city in Texas, out of Laredo, Texas. And if you believe that, I've got some
ocean
property in Arizona. There you go. That's about the talent. That's all the talent you get from me.
That's it.
But okay, welcome guys. 12, show 12, that means 12 weeks. And they have not shut us down yet. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So before, as always, I've got my co-host here. We got Bojo Fed on my right.
What's up, Laredo?
And Southman, Fred Medina on my left.
Hola, Laredo.
So before we get started, guys, we're going to let Bojo do a recap of last week's show. And take it away, Bojo.
Thank you, TJ. Southman, happy to be here. So, real quick, as I always say, if you missed last week's show, shame on you. No, last week we had another excellent. We ran over our mark. We went into 3 hours. We went into overtime. Hope that's in the paycheck, but no, but it's time flies, man. We're having fun. We're talking to great folks. We're finding out interesting new things. So time flies, and we don't. At least I don't feel the 3 hours. I don't know about you guys.
Nah.
But so last week we had Mr. Joe Flores, a professional actor. He's in charge of the VMT theater and works with other theater organizations in here. I want to thank him for stopping by. Excellent conversation with him also. Found out a couple of things about Laredo, and again we want to thank him for being one of our guests last week. Then we had the music mastermind. Maestro, profe, what else can we call this guy? It's just genius.
He's a musical genius.
And I'm talking about Mr. Ruben Vargas, man. He delighted us with a couple of songs that I personally requested. It was awesome. Mr. Vargas, thank you very much for stopping by and enlightening our show with your talent, your conversation, your testimony. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. And then, of course, at the end, we had the good guys from Conjunto Dream, and that's Conjunto with the K, Conjunto Dream. We had an excellent time getting to know the guys, how they came together, their fusion, the type of music they do. We heard a little bit of some of the samples. I've heard them play live when we did our remote podcast from Cataranas Country Club. So we had fun, and I'm sure they had fun too. Everybody was laughing, and we had a bunch of anecdotes to talk about. I know the members personally, some of them more than others. One of them was one of my musical instructors, his dad. So it was a hodgepodge of a lot of stuff. And so we had a great time. Again, don't miss our shows, guys. And this is your space, not just Laredo, but surrounding cities. Nuevo Laredo, aquí estamos para escucharlos. Si tienen alguna mención que quieran hacer, no duden en llamarnos o a presentarse aquí con nosotros. Si les son un poco tímidos, nosotros les ayudamos cómo formatear lo que quieren presentar, y para eso es este espacio. Los reto al que quiera venir, pues aquí los ayudamos a promover, presentar o a sus grupos. Así que sus organizaciones. So, again, TJ, that's pretty much a recap, so there you go.
What did you just say?
Okay, repata todo. Okay.
Aquí se reporta su locutor por accidente.
I don't know what the fuck he said, but okay. All right, Freddie, talk to us.
Good afternoon. Buenas noches. Órale, ¿qué onda, mi raza? Good evening, everybody, and thank you for coming into your home, our home, Big River Talks podcast. Another episode, like Bojo said, number 12. Got some news also. Believe it or not, SiriusXM just launched off a Tejano channel, and it's called Siempre Selena, and it's on channel 79 for all of y'all that have.
What do they play?
Tejano.
Jazz. They're playing jazz.
They're playing jazz. De español, el de española. And of course, Saul, Selena, and Tejano variation of music, different genres, as a matter of fact. And those that knew personally, we're talking about artists that knew Selena or they had some kind of relationship with Selena. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, SiriusXM is playing Selena music on Channel 79, SiriusXM. Also, we just received new music, new material from Las Divas out of Laredo, Texas, and tomorrow we'll go ahead and have it premiere on Tejano Express Radio. So keep it tuned in tomorrow in the morning on the morning show right here with yours truly, Fred South Mandalena. TJ.
All right.
Hey, before I forget, I just want to do a quick shout out to you if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Happy belated birthday to Luis Laredo Elvis Salazar. Happy 30th birthday, big guy. Reach out to us,
Yeah.
man. We haven't heard from you in a while. We've got some ideas for you. Get in contact with us. We're here for you.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right, so guys, we're gonna talk about a couple of things here. One is I don't know how y'all feel, but we have a bunch of violent protesters hurting a lot of people. We've had that Latino guy that killed the 2 people from Israel at the embassy in Washington, and then we had some other guy that threw, I don't remember what it was, some kind of
That
chemical.
cocktail thing, the
Yeah.
man-made cocktail,
Yeah, Molotov.
Molotov, yeah.
Oh, and all this protesting against, you know, the wars and the fights in the Middle East and all that. You know, I've seen a video of it was a serviceman that, you know, turned himself on fire. This has been happening for years, guys. And people, you know, they think that their little stupid protest is gonna make a difference. And the only difference it's making is that it's making things worse. Because I light myself on fire, the war in Ukraine is not gonna stop.
Yeah.
All it's gonna do is give me a really ugly burn and kill me. That's all it's gonna do. It's not gonna influence anything. I know that there's theories about this, that all these, you know, protesting and stuff, that they cause an effect in the way that people think, and it's not. I mean, and I'm sure we'll have people, you know, talk about it and debate it, and that's fine. But me personally, if you go out there and you kill somebody in the name of freeing the people in Palestine, you know, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, you're an idiot, because nothing's gonna happen other than you're gonna go to jail. That's it.
You know what's worse? Let me stop real quick. And you would say, you know, they do the damage to themselves. Well, that's one. They want to set themselves on fire. That's on. But then when there's collateral damage, when they, you know, they set innocent people on fire and stuff like, what's all that? What's that all
They're
about?
just lunatic criminals. That's all they are. They're criminals that want to express their criminal behavior. That's all it is, and they're using it as an excuse. You know, if they're that tough, then you know what, guys, join our great military and go fight. You go out there and fight. Don't be hurting innocent people. That does not do anything for anything. You know, go kill the enemy. Go kill the ones that are trying to kill you. But that's it. I mean, it makes no sense. I've looked at it in different angles. I know that there's probably going to be some people out there that are going to get, you know, oh, their panties in the water over this.
Good.
Right, yeah.
Good.
But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I just don't see the what they. I don't understand what they're expecting to cost. That one guy that threw that stuff on those people. Guess what? I'm not sure, but I think he might be illegal.
It
The whole
is, he
family
is.
might be illegal.
His visa was expired.
Okay. So now the government gathered up all the family.
Right.
I believe the oldest daughter, they were talking about her, she was so excited when she came to the United States because she wanted to be a doctor. Okay? Now, guess what? Those opportunities are probably gone. Or they're going to be hard for her to get there because of what her stupid ass father did. I mean, that's not fair, guys. I'm sorry. Now you're affecting all kinds of life because you're a dumb shit. I'm sorry, but you're a coward and you're a dumb shit. If you throw stuff to hurt people, if you kill that young couple from Israel, there was a young couple that were trying to get their life going, and they were shot down by that dumb shit and screaming free Palestine, whatever. You know what? Well, fuck you, man. You're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb shit, and hope you get the chair if the chair is allowed in your state.
Yeah, That's,
You know,
that's an easy way out from trust.
It's dumb. It's dumb. I'm sorry, but you're a coward. That's all you are. You're a coward. And shame on you and your family because they raised a coward. Shame on your dad. And if you didn't know who your dad was, well, then that might be the problem.
Now that you mentioned that, TJ, just a little.
No, I know who my dad is.
Okay, all right. I was just making sure. But now you know about the that ban for traveling now. That apparently they got revised and they put more countries that we can't. You know, the U.S. Individuals can't go and travel to because we're restricted.
Uh-huh.
So, and
So
you know
there's
what's so
more now?
funny? Egypt is not down there.
It's not?
No,
Of course not.
no.
No. Why would it be?
Well,
Denial is not a river in Egypt.
I know.
Just started bringing that up.
All right. So, okay, enough of that. Let me get off my soapbox on that. Another thing I want to talk about, guys. So, have you all heard of Labubu dolls or
I told you
monster
not to call
dolls?
me that anymore.
Hey,
Labubu.
it came out. It's out of the closet.
It is crazy. Let me tell you guys. I came across it a couple of days ago. I actually ordered one. Hasn't been here. I wanted to show it to you guys.
I knew it.
But again, Laredo, we're 10, 15 years behind the power curve. So by the time these things are done, we'll finally get all excited about it. I have not seen anybody carrying these, but basically it looks like a rabbit, right? It looks like a rabbit. It's got 9.
Looks like that suit that you wore on the week.
Oh, God. Oh.
It's got 9 fucked up teeth. It's
that's
a bag
neat.
charm. They call it a bag charm. They're collectibles. The whole thing is that you get a surprise box, and so when you get it, you don't know what you're getting. You open it up, and it's a collectible. I've seen some go for $800-900 each. It's ridiculous. They have a whole store where you can go in and buy accessories like clothing and hats and
Like Build-A-Bear?
yeah, like a Build-A-Bear. So basically, I think we said it before the podcast. It's like a Build-A-Bear and Hello Kitty collided, and then throw in the collectible of what we grew up with the little trading cards, where you would open the bag and you didn't know.
Yeah.
Remember, you didn't know what you got, right?
I
So
remember.
all that stuff it's combined into this. Now there's a knockoff that goes they go by the Fufu. Como el que está Fufu. So, but the Boo is the original one. The Fufu is the fake one.
The fake one.
But even the Fufu is gathering a lot of attention, and so I'm sorry we can't show you a picture. I really wanted to show you a picture of these dolls. They look ugly as shit. It's like your little. Think of your ugliest kid. You know, if you have more than one kid and
No child is ugly
think
to a
of
mother.
bullshit.
Está feo, mijo, está feo.
Está feo.
Oye, pero no se agüite porque está feo. Agüítese porque no se la va a quitar.
Ese es el pedo. So think of your ugliest kid doing fucking noogie and then put some fucking rabbit ears, and that's what it's really dumb. I don't know. People are spending a lot of money on this. Instead of spending money on this, you should spend money on the Warrior Wade, Wrestling Academy. You should spend money on Whispers. You should spend money on this podcast. But you should stop wasting money on this other crap. But anyway, by the way, now I want to collect them because everybody's gonna start. Now watch this. We're putting it out here on this show, and if I start seeing La Boo Boo in a couple of days, then that means people are listening to what we're saying.
That's right.
And I'm telling you right now, just go in there, just put La Boo Boo and La Fufu, and then
He's gonna put La Big Tutu.
the Mexican version, La Hoo. So, anyway. Alright guys, another thing I want to talk about before we get our first guest up. He's already here. He's already looking at me like, hurry up, motherfucker. Gotta get back to work. So the heat, guys, let me tell you, the heat is fucking real. I don't even know what it feels like going through the day without sweating. I'm sweating in parts of my body I didn't even know could sweat. Even that, what is it, Mandu and that other fucking, what's that other one? Supposedly so your little sticky parts won't smell. Bullshit, none of that works. None of that shit works. You're gonna be smelling like, I sweat like a whore in church all fucking day long. That's how bad it is. So, guys, it's bad. And you know what the worst part, forget the the physical part of it. Forget about the fact that you have to hydrate and eat your right, have enough salt in your body, all that stuff. What I'm worried about is the mental effects.
Yeah.
How it
Yeah.
makes people get stupid. It makes people angry. It makes people frustrated. It makes people.
Then I guess I'm being affected by the heat all the time.
Already.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
I'm very stupid.
But I mean,
I'm
it's
stupid. I'm Tri Delta.
it's ridiculous. But I'm concerned. When you watch it, I'm calling it out. We're gonna have a high crime summer
Oh, yeah.
in Laredo. Well, in the world. You watch.
All that heat.
Because the heat makes people crazy, man. Everybody along the board. So try to keep your cool, literally, psychologically, and mentally, but also be safe, guys. And another thing, a lot of people think, well, I'm drinking water a day, I should be good. Well,
No.
shit. You need electrolytes.
Mm.
So look, you drink all day water and electrolytes, right, to hydrate. Then you go to Whispers,
Go
Bar
drink.
and Lounge, and you fucking dehydrate. While you leave your worries and your money in fucking
Oh.
Mike's pocket, you're gonna go happy, you're gonna be good.
We have alkaline water.
He's saying, yeah, okay, so he's good, so we're good.
We're good.
So,
Don't forget about your pets too.
Oh, yeah,
oh yeah,
definitely.
your
Please.
pets, guys. Pets and plants too, man. I know the plants like the sun, but not this type of sun, guys.
Let them tie you up and freaking in a chain or something
Okay, what are you
outside.
talking about, friend?
I don't
We're
know.
talking about plants.
Plants.
It rubs the lotion.
It rubs the lotion on
You
the
just had a
plants.
flashback of something.
So no, seriously, guys. So be careful, guys. Watch the pets, watch the plants, watch the elderly, watch the little kids. The little kids are not gonna be able to tell you that they're dehydrated.
No.
So be careful with that.
And let me tell you something also, TJ, to piggyback on that. Once you are a victim of dehydration, you will forever
Yep.
be a victim.
You'll be
That's
more
right.
prone, more susceptible
Yeah,
to falling victim to it again. Yep.
Absolutely.
So if you are a prior victim, make sure that your family knows. Make sure that medical personnel, if you go down, somehow know that you are one, so they can better help you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions, concerns, text, go to our chat zone, Big River Talks Podcast on YouTube. Let us know. Send questions to the guest. Joshua, thank you for tuning in. Alan, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Everybody else that's watching, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Send text, call us something. We have a live phone. 956-813-7737.
So Josh, thank you for showing up, buddy. So Josh is my boy. He's very proud of him. He's a captain in active duty, Ranger Tab, Air Assault Airborne. Very proud of him. I was telling Fred a story of when Josh was little and I just come back from Afghanistan. Josh, I know I'm gonna say it. So I would stay up late drinking, whatever.
What? You? No.
And I would go to his room. And
What?
I would-
PTSD? No.
I would wake him up in the middle of the night and I would say, Josh, don't be gay. Now, not that there's anything wrong with being gay. I'm just telling you, I would tell him, don't be gay. And then I would fart and leave. So now 2 things came out of that. 1, he's not gay. And 2, he can't smell farts. I mean, that's how bad it was.
That's pretty good.
You're talking about old man farts. So, Josh, thank you for chiming in. I know you're with the other TJ. Tell him I said hi. Let me tell him in his language. I don't know what the fuck I said, but anyway.
I understand what you said.
He's from some island. I don't know. I'm glad he's over there because he's a big boy.
Okay.
Well, I can talk shit right now because he's over there. But anyway, and then God said, okay, I'll get to you in a little bit. You're talking your shit. All right, Mikey, come up to the mic, Mikey. So we got Mike, the owner, the one and only, the owner from Whispers.
There's Mike everywhere.
That Mike right there.
The green one.
The green Mike. No, if you sit on that one, you're gonna play drums. So no, the green one.
I can probably play drums better than
Probably.
most drummers here.
Probably.
Like the
Everybody's a drummer,
The only
Tony.
professed drummer here. All of us can play better than him.
Again.
I know a couple of drummers.
Well, fuck all y'all. That's all right. So, Mikey, thank you so much. Switch them over to. You got them already? Man, this one, I'm watching it on. So, guys, in case you know what's
Delay.
going on here, the reason we have the laptop is because we're watching the podcast. And, like, right now, I can see both of them have mic
I'm
on.
watching sports.
And I'm still waiting for mine to catch up.
Fred's watching porn or
Hey, there you go.
So, Mikey, thank you so much for showing up. What's got the food feedback?
Because
What is it?
because it's too
The
loud.
Beaver.
Which one?
No, it's just a speaker.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mikey, please introduce yourself. A lot of people already know who you are. Again, you have an awesome establishment. Thank you for being one of our sponsors.
Get it closer to you.
And so we've been trying to get Mike for a while here, but as you can guess, he's pretty busy every day. It's a one-man show. He's got a good staff.
And he hates you also.
He's got a good staff, but he's one of the guys that's hands-on and likes to make sure that things are done right. So it's quality control, right? That's what good businessmen and women do. So Mike, take it away. Let us know who you are and what you're doing now.
my name's Mike Garza, and the owner of Whispers Bar, along with my wife Yvonne. So we own it, and it's a bar that's open. It's your neighborhood bar. It's open 7 days a week. Every day it's open from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. So there's always something going on there in the bar. TV's been there, Fred's been there on the weekends and stuff. So weekends we do have live bands. During the week we try to always keep it hyped up. Try to have something going on to give people a reason to go in. Like, why am I going to go there? Why am I going to go there? We all have our spots that we go to, whether it's because it's close to home, or I like the food there, or I like the music there, or I like the staff. So we try to just do a well-rounded job of a little bit of everything. So
Nice. So I know, Mike. So you're right. I mean, if you guys go on a different night, there's always going to be something going on. I think tonight is poker night.
now we got poker tonight, and like TG says, Mondays we do have industry night. Industry night, what it is that people that work in the industry, as far as bartending, serving, restaurants, stuff like that. What we do is we kind of have special pricing for them. Most of them don't work on Mondays, so just give back to them a little bit. That they're busy during the week, they're busy on the weekend. They too want to go out, so that's what we do on Mondays. And then Tuesdays we do have Sizzling Tuesday. So Sizzling Tuesday started back in I want to say around October. Just one day, well, I've been cooking on and off since we opened the bar. I used to cook at home. I don't have time to do it anymore. So, because I'm always at the bar, but I love to cook. So I would cook every now and then on a Sunday, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, Friday, so then all of a sudden on a Tuesday, it was one of our slowest nights, slowest days of the week. And somebody tells me, hey, don't Sizzling Tuesday, bro? I don't even remember who mentioned it. And from there, se quedó Sizzling Tuesday. So Sizzling Tuesday, what I do is I cook out, and it's for the customers. We don't charge. But it's a courtesy food that we have for everybody, and just customer appreciation to give them back. And de repente, yeah, hey, ¿qué te traigo, bro? Okay, they'll bring chips, they'll bring, sometimes they start pitching in. So every Tuesday I do something different. And at your home, you do a cookout, you have fajita, sausage, pollo, you have a little bit of everything. Here I try to keep it to where it's one thing, because it's every Tuesday, so I gotta change it up. So sabes que Tuesday va a ser fajita day, pura fajita. Y luego Tuesday, let's just do some smoked chicken or whatever. So I try to keep it, one thing on the menu. And like I said, it's every Tuesday. And then Wednesdays, we do have the pool league. We are part of a banda league here in Laredo. It's a league that's been going on since, I don't know, it's been 20, 30 years. It's been going on for a long time. So I do have some teams that play in the league. Some play away, some play at home. So Wednesdays we do have the league, and then Thursdays, like TJ said, we have the poker. And then Friday and Saturdays, I have live music every Saturday. Every now and then I'll throw in a live band on a Friday as well. And if not Fridays, we do have live DJs with their videos, and it's Tejano night, country night. And then Saturdays, like I said, it depends what genre we have for the bands. Normally what I do is I do conjunto, Tejano, country, or rock. Those are the genres that we carry there. We have been trying something different with heavy metal.
Oh, nice.
So some of the guys from the heavy metal bands came up to me and said, hey Mike, I know that it's not the type of bar here, man, for heavy metal and stuff, but we don't have a home. We used to do it at certain bars, and if they're not there anymore or they're not doing it anymore, can we try it out? we'll try it out on a Wednesday or a Thursday, where it doesn't interfere with, you know, what you've got going on. I go, yeah, that's fine. So we've been trying to heavy metal as well, and it's worked out. You know, these guys, and you know, a lot of people think, you know, heavy metal, you have to put the pesada en pedo, you know, fights or
Mosh pits.
They do the little bit of the mosh pit, but it's nothing crazy. These guys are very united. It's a very united community, and
They have their own crowd, right?
They got their
have
own
Their
crowd,
own
dude.
customers, everything, yeah.
that day no viene ningún regular mío. Se asustan, no vienen.
Yeah.
Pero they bring their own crowd and they pack the bar, dude. 60, 70 people in there
That's
that
great.
I've never met, you know. And they're all cool, they're all humble people.
No, that's a misconception that
Yeah.
heavy metal guys and girls are you know criminals and no
Crazy, satanic, and the devil.
No. It's just a genre. It's just like you said. It's a community.
I mean, it's just funny how one of the guys that was, you know, the first one that went out to sing, and then I talked to him, hey man, can I have a margarita, bro? What the fuck happened to the guy that was singing, man? Like, you know. But again, just going back to Whispers, it's just your everyday bar, and we try to keep it up to speed as far as always having something, always giving somebody a reason to go. You're at work, stressed out, getting out, want to go and relax. It's a place to go. You go and relax and have a couple of drinks, no problems, no issues. We've been there 6 years already.
Nice.
You know, so
Time flies.
time flies.
Time flies.
The leases are 3 years, and my lease is coming up.
We were talking about this yesterday.
It's another 3 years, man. I guess that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So, but it's been good. It's been a blessing, and it's had its up and downs, you know, with the pandemic and stuff.
Of course.
And we survived. We made it. I mean, a lot of chains, big chains, local mom and pops,
They went
are
under.
gone. They went under, man. You know, but we're there, and we're still there. And you guys want to go by and visit me? I'm there every day. Every day I'm there. I close every day, so.
So we do a remote-
your
so we do a
neighborhood
remote
every day.
podcast.
So let's talk about a remote there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's figure it out how to do it. To
On
where-
metal night.
Oh, my staff, dude, don't even tell them.
What?
They're like, they can't hear because the music is loud.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
every time I have the heavy metal, they're like, I don't want to work that day. Not because of the crowd, just the music. It's loud.
Well, Mike, you're the boss, man. Just say bring it down a little bit because we need to hear the
Bájale
rest
tu
of
mugrero.
it. You became your parents.
No, and then they're like, no, pues sí, tú vas. Tú te vas para la oficina.
So tell
And
them
pues,
what.
I go to the office. I go.
Outside, yeah.
Tell them, hey, I already did my time.
Yeah. So,
Interesting. So yeah, let's talk about a podcast out there, Mikey. I would love to get out there, and I mean somewhere where we can still be able to be heard.
Mhm.
But you know, maybe do interviews, maybe talk to your staff. You know, and maybe right before everything starts. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Line them
on
up.
a slower night, just to so we can talk to the crowd, and you know, I mean.
Are we doing a bar rescue thing?
I know, right?
Let's open the books.
Well, if you guys are gonna do that, I don't know if you know how that works. So you go in there, you criticize what's going wrong,
Yeah.
and then at the end, you write me a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 check.
And we
So I can
remodel-
charge you.
Exactly.
And you remodel everything.
No,
So
you had me.
I'm up for it.
You had me, and you criticized. You had me there.
You forgot
You
to-
lost me.
I'm up for it, bro.
Yeah, this is-
Mike, you forgot when we did the soft opening?
You can tell me whatever the
Soft
fuck you
reopening.
want, whatever's wrong,
Yeah.
that I suck, and tell me to fire all the staff. I will, man. Just write me a check and
You
remodel
drink
the
10
bar.
drinks a day.
Yeah.
But on that, Mike, yeah, like I mentioned to you the other night, that we really seriously want to do something there. Maybe possible in a regular time.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, we'll sit down and chat about that. But
We'll figure it out. That would be the first.
I
I mean,
prefer we go on jazz night. Jazz night.
really.
Piano night.
yeah, yeah. Night, right? But,
Fred's been there before
Yes.
with the live music and stuff, and he's actually gone live on his radio. So yeah, we can. I mean, we can definitely work something out.
Tejano Express.
yes.
From
Yeah.
7 a.m. to 11.
So,
Yeah.
so before you were a successful bar owner, What were you before, man? Talk to us.
Oh,
There you go.
Come on, man. You gotta let people
Yeah.
know who Mike Garza is.
Ya te vas a sacar la garra.
I know where he's going.
And a lot of people already know who he is
We need some
because.
sad music in the background or something.
Hey, balls.
So I was in sales in the car business for 18 years. That's what I did. I did management. So it's numbers, finances. So it tied in, you know, numbers. It really doesn't matter what you do as long as everything's a business. So everything's numbers.
Bean counters. bean
There's
counters.
nothing that's free, you know, whether you work at Target or you sell cars or you own a bar. It's all numbers, and I did that for 18 years, and then I did law enforcement for 13 years. So I worked for the sheriff's department, and I worked for TAMU campus police as well. And then, actually, that was straight out of high school. I had enlisted, and I was gonna leave to the Marines, and my plans changed a little bit. So I actually started working at the sheriff's department my senior year. So a senior in high school, I took first and second period. So I was out by 10 a.m. So by 10:10, I was out, and I would go work at the jail.
Wow.
So you need to have, back then, I don't know what the requirements are now, you need to have a diploma or equivalent to be able to work there. So I had none, because I was still a senior in high school. But they actually had an investigator from the sheriff's office go and speak to my teachers on a monthly basis to make sure that my grades were up to par and that my behavior and everything, that I was in line and I was on route to graduate. So everybody was going to the prom, senior skip day. While everybody was having their senior year, I was a senior and I was living on my own. And I was already working at the sheriff's department as a senior in high school. So I already had the job that I really wanted. Getting out of high school, going to college or going to the Marines and this and coming back and getting that job. So actually I had that job as a senior. So from there on, straight out of high school, I was with the Explorer Post. Prior to that, I was with them for 5 years. So straight out of high school, I started working at the sheriff's office. So
What high school was it?
Nixon, of course.
There you go.
Hey.
Finally.
Finally.
No wonder we get along. What class, Mikey?
Class of 93.
93.
Yeah.
5 years after me. 4 years after you.
Eres pollito.
God damn it, Mikey.
Should have graduated in 92, but my birthday's within the school year. So
Oh, so
I lose a year.
Oh, wow. Automatic, right?
Yeah. So.
Well,
It
he
happens
lost
to the
3
best
years.
of us, yeah.
He lost 3 years of course because of his birthday. Whatever.
3 years.
I
Whatever.
went from student to principal.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Play yours. What was yours? All right. Well, see that again. So I guarantee you, Mike, all those experiences, you know, coming right out of high school, going into the real world immediately, even though you almost made not the mistake, but you know,
Can't say
That's
that.
crayon.
come on, man.
Hey.
You like
I'm sure you scored higher than that on the ASVAB.
I don't eat the red ones though. I don't like the red
Yeah,
ones.
because of the color dye.
You know why? Because it shows up on your poop. That's why you can't tell it's
It's
blood.
confusing if it's an ulcer
Oh, yeah.
or it's a red
Especially
crayon.
around your age, you 60 years old. Like,
Straight out of Compton.
You know what? You know what? Rest in the academy, baby.
Now there's a ring set up.
Now there's a ring set up. There's gonna be two
Listo.
more trying to go ahead.
Which our next guest
I mean,
will talk about, but
is that
there's a ring
Is that
set
your
up.
red poop?
I think I can still jump from the first row.
I think I can
The
still
bottom.
get onto that.
The
pretty
bottom.
No, not jump rope, is that jump from the rope.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. No, but what I'm saying is that those experiences took you,
Catapulted.
yeah, I mean, into a man's world immediately, and then you know the sales part. So combine the discipline of law enforcement to the experience of selling. That's why you have whispers, and that's why you have the success. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I don't go out in Laredo. I really don't. Because it's unsafe.
People
But I
hate
know
you.
that your bar is safe. I know that you guys are safe and people are comfortable there.
Yeah.
People are comfortable. There's nobody's harassing anybody.
You're afraid of
And
Lucio.
here's another thing.
You're afraid of Lucio.
There's another thing that if something stupid happens, I know you're on it immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Your bartenders and your barkeeps are on it immediately. You don't even give them a chance to.
Yeah.
We had security. He would hire once in a while some of my guys, and my guys always enjoyed being there because they had so much fucking backup.
Maybe.
嗯 These guys will jump on it immediately. Plus,
And why would I tell you that I needed them?
Just for show.
Say hi, be all
Yeah,
right.
just to, hey, how you doing? Almost like a greeter at Walmart. It wasn't because he needed
Yeah.
it, but sometimes people want to see that, and okay, whatever. But as far as actual need, there's no need. I promise you that. Mike
That
is on
says
it.
a lot about the place.
Yeah, it does, because again, it goes back to, it starts from the top. It starts from the head and your vision, and then you get the right people around you. And
When we
you
first
and-
came back and, we used to roundhouse people, we used to, bar off, or what do you call it? Do the bouncer thing, remember?
Well, that, oh, yeah, yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, when we started, but
We're not gonna say names like Crystal Palace.
Well, when I
The whistle
when I was
song.
working at the sheriff's department, I actually worked part-time as a bouncer
oh, okay.
at Poco Loco and Tight Spot.
Okay.
Ooh, shit.
That's
Nice.
a place that.
Yeah.
Those are.
Tight
See,
spot,
and again, that also helps you
I'm
now.
like, been there, done that.
That also helps you now identify problems immediately.
Yeah.
Because your eyes and your ears are in tune to all that stuff.
Before it happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I'm telling you. If you want to go somewhere where it's safe, that's why I always say is the best kept secret is the radar. That's good. Keep it that way. Because you don't want to get too big. 'Cause
Yes,
you're gonna lose.
no, you're right, yeah.
I think it's
I'm
perfect.
gonna
There is-
attest,
there
I'm gonna
is such
attest
a-
to that because
there
I
is
was
such a
there
thing.
when one little incident, it was a small incident with a female. Okay, and I'm not
Next
gonna
time,
say
don't
anything.
take her, Fred.
No,
She-
there was a guy,
she is that,
there was a
bro.
guy, cause I was sitting in the back, there was a guy that just came out of the restroom and I watched it. There was a guy and then
You
there was
watched
Watching a man in the restroom?
Mhm.
Cochino, marrano, asqueroso.
And then, like,
What were you doing in the female's restroom?
observing.
He
So,
felt like a female that day.
so I don't know what the hell this guy. He was already drunk as it was. He was already
Shocker.
drunk, and then passed the females, did something, unlawfully, and then of course the lady went and
Oh,
did her.
I remember that one.
Yeah, remember that one?
He
So what did he do?
grabbed grass.
Yeah,
Oh,
Are you serious?
serious.
I have a video
Out
for you.
out of the
What?
blue.
Got a video.
Out of the blue.
He did
Almost.
what?
And then he went
He
with
just
this girl.
grabbed her ass.
Grabbed her ass.
Oh, really?
No. Yeah.
Just
Did that.
wanted to check the oil there.
Mike,
No,
¿sabes
he
qué?
didn't check.
Yeah.
Really?
Ah, no, Pocho, come on.
This is, you gotta
No, no.
Really?
that joke level.
How the
So-
hell go from grabbing to check the oil?
It's una pasadita.
Oh, all of a sudden we're a priest now?
Hey, there's a 5-minute quick oil change. You sit
Anyway.
in your car, hello.
So what I'm trying to say
It was
is
faster
that,
than Jiffy Lube, bro.
right?
So he grabbed her ass.
And then, it was confronting and all that, the guy, and, well, I guess the couple were out. So what I'm saying is that there's no bullshit that goes on.
Oh, yeah, no,
Okay?
no.
Mike has some tight shit right there.
No,
so.
no. Last time I went, Mike grabbed my
So me
ass.
dijiste que no
He
sales.
grabbed my ass, and I was like, okay,
Ah,
well,
you
But
okay?
there was no issues.
but no issues. I got a free
Ah,
drink.
okay.
I got a free drink.
Ah, okay.
You consented.
I got a free drink out of it. Yeah, and he didn't say that's what Jesus would do. I mean, he didn't say anything like that.
You better knock that off, Buckaroo.
By the way, you had a lot of mud in your oil.
Oh,
Hello.
gee. Oh,
Okay,
man.
well,
So-
54 years of oil.
Yes.
So, but anyway, going back to this, how quick we get off fucking track, bro.
No, we're talking about the
We're trying to be serious, and then over here
We're talking about the business.
What the hell?
Entiende.
So anyway, we know we lost like 2 sponsors.
But hey, we gained 3 others.
We lost 2, great 3. Let's go, Bojo. Do it again. Bojo's gonna talk
Bucko.
about it's Buckaroo. But anyway, okay. So where do you envision? I know you said you might redo the contract. That's gonna be a 3-year minimum. Where do you see Whispers? Because right now you're on track. You have a day with a specialty. The only thing I'm gonna tell you missing is you need a day with the classic cats. You want to hear some old school rock?
Oh, yeah.
I have to say, baby.
Hey.
I have to say, we don't.
He's
now,
doing good in business, bro.
Yeah, don't ruin
here's
it.
the funny thing. I'm the baby of that group. Can you imagine?
That is scary.
Yeah, it is. I have to be changing diapers every half hour. But
I used to have a band similar to that played there, but most of the band members would fall asleep while.
wow, that's fucked up. It's probably true, but it's still fucked up. But anyway, so where do you envision? Say 3 years. Give me a 3 years business plan. What do you want to do? You want to be in a bigger location? Do you want to maybe take over one of the side suites? What do you want to do?
We've been talking about it, and yes, for sure there is room for improvement as far as size wise, and once you get the size, of course.
That's what she said.
Yeah, the bigger the size, yeah, you can do a lot. You can do a lot more, man. So yeah,
I feel like I'm in some kind of weird commercial.
there is a suite that possibly could open up, and adding one more suite to our location would only mean that I could bring bigger bands,
Yeah.
of course.
Of course.
Exactly.
You know, every venue has its capacity as far as people
Yeah.
and capacity
Yeah,
as
by
far
law.
as budgets.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know, other venues that are bigger and, you know, ballrooms and stuff like that, you know, they bring a big artist.
Right.
You know, talking about 1,000 capacity.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to have the right capacity so it can fit your budget.
Yeah.
So you can bring certain artists. Now I have brought big artists to Whispers that other venues our size could not.
They want to be able to do it. yeah.
What's the difference? How did you do it? So we have sponsors, of course. We have sponsors, our regular customers that own businesses, love Whispers. Ellos mismos me dicen, hey Mike, tráete a, you know, so. Find out how much they charge. So I find out, you know. And these are budgets that I actually sit down and talk to customers about
Right.
in a sponsored way. You know?
Yeah.
So this is ATJ. ATJ, pues me está cobrando tanto. I can do as a venue, you know, if it gets packed, which I know it's gonna get packed with this artist, I can afford so much. You're like, bueno, yo pongo tanto. That when I got two others, let me speak to them. Se hace. Hey, you know, I brought
That's how you bring it.
Ram Herrera, Roberto Pulido, Bobby Pulido have been there as a after parties.
After parties.
They played somewhere else. They
Okay.
ended up there. So he traído grupos grandes, you know, it's up and close and personal. Like I tell people, you know, the tickets are $25. That's what you're gonna pay anywhere else. But you know what? My capacity,
you don't
my
have that.
capacity is 90.
Yeah.
You know, so Ram's gonna be right there.
It's almost
We're
exclusive.
gonna-
Yeah,
you're
that's what I'm
right,
saying.
There's no backstage.
Yeah.
So when he took his break, where'd he sit? He sat with the
Right there,
audience.
right there,
He
yeah.
sat right there.
So what I'm gonna suggest is, so you got Ram,
David Mares is not gonna happen.
Oh, it's
He
not?
was going to.
Yeah, no, I thought it was gonna go.
No,
No, he's been there as an after party as well.
Okay, okay.
But if his event got postponed, it got moved. for
Okay,
now,
all
you
right.
know.
So hopefully we'll see you soon. But so the ones that I would really love to see, I mean, I think a lot of people will come in as the Classic Cats. I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
I'm sure they will.
with the world's most okay drummer, which is me. So
For Classic Cats, I mean, as long as I have a capacity of 30, we would be okay.
you know what? That's
Maybe you might
bullshit.
have one.
You know what? You know I was gonna write a song for you, Mike. I don't write shit anymore. But so
Even when during pandemic, you know, we were down to, we had 50%, and then they brought it down to something like 25% capacity. The Classic Cats could have played good.
yeah, you know what?
I think with the
Sold out.
But seriously, I think expanding your business, sometimes you have to be cautious with it. You know, I love what you're doing, that you bring other artists, and I think if you ever do that again, get a bigger place, you call it Whispers Live, you know, and that'll be the.
Get it, Classic Cats, Whiskers.
Cats, por eso
Yeah, yeah.
He
Well,
tied it
that's
in.
two, man. That's two. First the oil, now
Whiskers.
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 The 3 you're out, bro. 3, vámonos, fuera.
So you'll do Whispers Live, but you have to be careful also, because I think a lot of time, because I've seen several businesses and here in Laredo as well, that they've gone from their normal capacity and then they expand because this and this and
And it's
this,
dead.
and they lose that recipe.
Mhm.
So I think you have to be very, if you're driving, you're doing good, I just, you know.
Right now, with
Yeah,
your
it's like all those restaurants back in the 80s.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go there, you know. It's okay to mention names, right?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Chaluz restaurant.
Ah, Chalus,
Oh,
yeah.
Chalo.
They probably had the same skillet since they opened.
They still do.
Well, they already closed, they already closed down.
Yeah.
But like you said, I've seen restaurants to where they change the skillet.
It changes everything.
Changes everything.
Yeah. So look, believe it or not, psychologically, like Whispers, you go Whispers.
Whispers.
You go and you already know the environment. You know you're gonna see you there. You're gonna see your wives. You're gonna see some of the regulars, the staff. You know your father-in-law. It's the regulars.
Mhm.
And but if you go in there, you see like this totally different crowd, or different music, and you're like, even though it says the name, but if you change the formula, nah, I don't want to go anymore. I know where I'm going. I know I'm gonna talk to you or whatever.
And that's why I'm hesitant on the Classic Cats, because they've never been there. I've had all these other bands. I don't want to change.
No, that's bullshit. You gotta take a chance.
You got
Chill out,
real good. You got real good.
Chill out.
music.
Here I am kissing his ass. and I don't even get a reach around.
Because everything you just said, I just summarized it before you said it.
No, you said whiskers.
Hey, I've had DJs, bro, say weepers,
Oh, yeah.
weakers.
Are you serious?
I mean, yeah, dude, like, it's
Like Jiminy
That's because
sneakers.
I wanted to say Whispers Live, like that'd be a real nice.
Pinche
lyric.
Frankie, el otro día, Blue Moon, ¿qué tienes, Frankie?
Ah, la ma-
Blue
Y trae la
Moon.
canción de Blue Moon.
Ah, la madre. That's a
So
little.
those DJs, you know, they DJ at other places, whatever, and they're used to saying certain lines and
Yeah.
stuff, so,
Yeah, like give it up on table 4.
yeah.
That kind of stuff.
I've gotten that, dude, that whisper sounds like a strip bar.
A gentleman's club.
Actually, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
I
Gentleman's
can
club
see it.
with style.
Yeah.
I can see it. All right, so again, the original question before we went off is, where do you see Whispers in the next 2 years? What do you want to do?
Not the classic cat.
Bullshit, we're playing there tomorrow, goddammit. Whether he lets us, we're gonna be outside. Fucking afuera, güey, sin sound system.
In the parking lot.
Muriéndonos de calor.
It's
We
a
started
blood.
with 5, we ended up with 3, 2 in the hospital.
It's unplugged.
Yeah.
We just lost the 3 sponsors.
Way to go, TJ. Way to go.
Well, like you said, TJ, you know, like a lot of people saying there's a saying back in the day, if it's not broken, why fix it, right?
Right.
Yep.
But if you don't take chances, also you don't advance. You
Has
say
to be a
where you're
balance.
at, you
Evil
know,
Knievel said it. Little risk,
Yeah.
little reward.
you want to be stagnant or you know you want to move, but drastic moves sometimes can kill the business as well.
Mhm.
So
Gradually.
you know, we've gradually grown over the years. I
Okay.
mean, we're nowhere near being millionaires, but we live a good life. Everything's paid, bills are paid. We live comfortable, you know, and thanks to all our regulars that have kept us open, you know, it's a two-way street, you know. So regulars understand that they go in there and they drink, they spend money, right? Where's that money going to? You know, pay rent, pay my bills,
Keep the
buy
lights on.
groceries, whatever it is that I need it for, right? It's understood, you know. But at the same time, you give them a comfortable place to spend their money at, you know. It's not just about going in there, oh, let me spend my money, whatever, you know, because they can go anywhere else. They can go in, some have chosen to be there. Now, the age group has a lot to do with it.
Yep.
So
That's a good point. I'm glad you said that.
the older we get, the more loyal we tend to be
Yep.
to people, to places, to restaurants, to habits.
Absolutely.
Our habits are better formed now than when we were younger. You know, you know, you took more chances, you went more places. Now it's like you go where? You go where you
Yeah,
feel
your comfort
comfortable.
zone. Yeah.
Where everybody knows your name, Norm.
Cheers.
Yeah.
There we
Everybody
go.
knows your name.
Yeah.
So you go where the food is good. Yes. Say at a new restaurant, let's go try it out, whatever. But
Sure.
You're gonna come back.
you're gonna go back to, you know.
You
Yeah,
support
well,
local
that's
commerce
enchiladas.
and go back.
So, but yeah, I mean, I would love to open up another suite, and we're awaiting to see if, you know, like TJ said, either we're on the size, you know, and yeah, we'll knock on the wall and increase our capacity, and then TJ knows we also have other plans as far as other businesses, you know. And
Yeah, we'll get into that later on once we-
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Or
touch
for
that.
formal.
Yeah, but Whispers, yeah, I mean, continue doing what we're doing, and our staff has built over the years, because bar business and car business, employees come and go. Those are the two jobs that I've seen. That in the car business, Teach is a sales manager, I'm a sales guy, I'm his top salesman. Teach all of a sudden gets offered to go to Chevy when he was at Toyota. Teach is gonna take mine. Mike's his top seller. Goes, I like the way he works, he's my manager, he makes me money. So se van. He se van. So
Yeah.
that's the way the car business works. That's how the bar business works too. You know, the turnaround on employee rate is very high. But the staff that we have right now, we've had that staff for a while already.
Good.
And it's hard to keep your staff, the same ones, and for them to be loyal. But right now, we have a good team, and I think that all the bartenders that I have right now and servers were not bartenders when they started working for me.
Interesting.
So that's where I concentrated on. Instead of picking up bartenders that have been doing it for 10 years, 12 years, they got their habits. Sure, they come with knowledge, but they already got their bad habits and their good habits and, you know, whatnot. The way of doing, they already got their own way of doing things, you know. So I built bartenders. They were not bartenders. I have a federal agent, ex-federal agent in there. I have a DJ. So all these people have never bartended, and we just had a meeting, and we talked about it. And this is something that I always told my son. I go, you know, our kids come to us for advice and stuff like that. It's like, Dad, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? So I'm the type of parent that I never tell my kids what to do,
Right.
because they're gonna do what they want anyways, right?
Exactly.
We can guide them, we can give them advice, and the only advice I ever give them, if you want to work at McDonald's and make burgers all your life, I'm not going to judge you. You can make a career out of it if you want, but you be the best hamburger maker there is out there. You'll be a trash collector, you be the cleanest trash collector. You do the best you can with whatever job you're doing. Always be the best. You know, and then, like I said, we just had a meeting. I told him, you know, there's this guy that we've known for years, and the guy started working at McDonald's, and he was a cook. He owns the franchise now. He owns several McDonald's. He's an owner. I mean, I'm not saying stay making burgers 20 years,
Right,
you know what I mean? Because really you're not going anywhere. But if that's what you want, that's what you want. But you can grow from wherever you're at, no matter what line of work you do.
Develop.
You know, you want to, some of these bartenders that I have there came on and then said, you know, I'm gonna do it for a while, I need the extra cash. Now it's their only job. Now it's their career. What happened to, well, I'm just gonna do it a couple of months, I'm gonna do it part-time. Now they're full on, and they're loyal 100% to Whispers and to their job.
So it's fun. It's very fulfilling as a business owner to develop so many people and to enjoy their loyalty to you. Not to you, but well, of course to you, but
Yeah.
to the business. Being a business owner, I've learned that people, and especially these new generations, man,
Mhm.
people are not afraid to quit. They don't care. Their resume, they don't give a fuck if they got fired. They don't care. All of us here at our age, I've never been fired from a job, thank God. And I would be very embarrassed to be told to get the fuck out because I'm a fuck up. In the security business for my company, I go through at least 15, 20 people a year that come in with either mental issues or personal issues but then I also have people that are now, I have two that are cops, one that's in the sheriff's office, I have a couple in the military that came out of Warway. So it makes me feel proud, but those are my best employees that are gonna move on, and I get it, they're 21, 22 years old, they gotta go.
Career progression.
Exactly, and that's what you want.
Yep.
But the fact that they stay with me 2 or 3 years, when there's other security companies, they wouldn't even think about going over there. Not because I made them sign a freaking contract like some of these guys do. I don't do that. So I understand the sense of pride you have for developing these people. And then, like you said, 2 or 3 years later, they're still bartending when they weren't thinking of doing it. They were just gonna do it for a while. And of course, you gotta watch out for theft, employee theft. It's a big one in your industry.
Yep.
Big one, because there's that person that, hey boss, yeah, you know, boss, go look the other way. So I can just imagine all the shit, you know, that you've been through.
And touching that subject, you know, back in our days, the bars were counted.
Right.
15.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe 15.
Everybody would go. Everybody.
You know how many bars we have on Laredo right now? Registered under TABC?
I will register. How many?
30.
70.
70 in Laredo.
7 bars.
Wow.
70.
Wow.
So everybody thinks it's easy.
Oh yeah, everybody wants to open one up.
Everybody wants to open one up.
Yeah.
You've got some capital, you know, you got 30 grand, 40 grand, you say, I'm gonna open up a bar, you know?
Yeah, everybody thinks that. Yeah.
So this is a bottle of whiskey right here, okay? Costs the same to you, liquor as to me, same price. We don't get a discount from the liquor company, it's the same price.
Same price.
They just don't charge me tax,
Got it.
Right.
okay? But then I do have to pay my taxes at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So I pay sales tax, state tax, and liquor tax,
Yeah.
okay? So this bottle is $40. I make $240. Like, you're making a killing, bro.
Yeah, no.
No.
Not yet.
Okay? So, you go to places and some places are more expensive, they're like, damn, you know, se la bañan en el precio, whatever, you know, but everybody has their overhead. There's a lot of, non-profit items that we sell, or no, that we purchase. For example, toilet paper, napkins, straws, glassware, cups, trash bags. I mean, all this.
Condoms.
Well, those are actually free, bro.
Okay, they're free.
The city me los llevan, I'll let you know when you can get them.
But you use the used ones though. I don't want the used ones.
Well,
They smell ugly.
last time, I'm gonna tell him, TJ went there.
Here we go with the story.
You wanna help me clean up, whatever? And I go, yeah, you got gloves, they're in the back. I have my office in the cabinet. So he goes back there, and he's wearing them individually. I go, TJ, that's not a glove, bro.
Hey,
He put a condom on each finger.
That's
And he's
bullshit.
like, and I'm not here to help you.
They had to. I opened 11 condoms.
One of them was very loose.
Wow, that was my unexpected.
He put it on a pimple.
That's bullshit, Mike.
He
You
had
know,
a pimple that he put it on.
he promised me, just like my priest promised me, he wouldn't tell anybody. Anyway, you were saying?
So yeah, just, you know, going back.
Non-profit,
to-
non-profit.
Non-profit, you know, there's a lot of stuff that, a lot of overhead expenses. Internet, you know, music,
AC,
everybody
Yeah,
everybody wants
lights,
to get paid.
power.
The music industry, just by me playing, you know, Spotify or DJ music or playlists in there, you have to pay the.
Oh, you have to pay them,
the
right?
music
Yeah.
industry, yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
Like you said, lights, Wi-Fi, you know, all that stuff. None of that stuff.
And that's what people don't get. So when I go buy a drink, say a double of Maker's Mark, and it costs me $14, I thank God, you know, like you said, we're okay with our lives and whatever. But if you're gonna go to a bar and complain about the price, then might as well just fucking go
Yeah,
home.
don't go.
Yeah.
Just go home
Yeah.
because you're not understanding what it takes to maintain that bar.
Yeah.
Just like you love the way that the aircon works and
Oh.
everybody's.
I'll never forget, and I'm gonna take you all down memory lane. One time, we went to a quinceañera at, remember Rollies? Music
Yeah.
Hall?
Oh, Roddy's.
Oh, yeah.
And the friends of my friend, no, hey, go get the setup. I wasn't drinking back then or anything, but no,
Ice and
ice and
Yeah, the ice.
So I get them, like, they're back then, they're like, oh, it's gonna be $12.
Back then.
I was like, and then I looked to the right, and right out there it says, welcome to, the little sign, you all remember, it said, welcome to the high price of party.
I
I don't think I ever saw that sign, dude.
You should put
Yeah,
one of those
they
up.
had several like that, like in the back, and because a lot of people like, oh, we got it, and they would just point to the sign. Welcome to the, but because they would bring all the high rollers, you know, all
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Yeah, mass and all
yeah,
that.
yeah, all that stuff, but it literally said, welcome to the high price of party. I thought that just blew my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna always be unfiltered like these guys. Like, I'm always gonna speak my mind.
Yeah.
But it's true, but again, a lot of people, especially, I hate to say it, it's our own culture, man. El mexicano quiere siempre chingar al otro. Ay, ¿para qué está muy caro? Pues, you know what, dude? Go to the pulga, man. You
Lo
get a
quieren
badass
gratis.
drink over there. Go to the pulga. This is a respectable.
Buy a 12-pack, drink it at home.
Yeah,
There we go.
exactly.
Yeah.
Get cheap
Exactly.
from
I mean, for sure, if you're by yourself and you're drunk, you're gonna get laid. So, anyway, so
Well,
Why you gotta go there?
different subject.
Wait.
What was it? Was it what? Five?
Five?
million?
You said 10?
11.
11.
Anyway, Mikey, thank you so much, man. I'm glad you finally got a chance to stop by.
Thank you for inviting
And I
me.
wish you the best, man. I know that we're gonna, when the cats show up and we bring you a lot of people,
Here we go.
you're gonna really thank us. You'll see. They're all gonna be old people. They're gonna want a double shot of almond milk.
I think the best day that I think I can book you for New Year's Day, on the January 1st.
Oh, yeah.
Che vatos, yeah.
We're closed that day.
Yeah, yeah.
That would
And,
be
you know,
great.
After the classic cat, 69 registered bars were rated. 69.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna bring all four of my players, and they're gonna fucking choco meat the fuck out of it.
Choco.
Choco
Yeah,
meat
that
the shit out of
Gerald.
it.
You're a Gerald.
You know, talking your shit. Wait until I bring them over.
Oh, my God.
Luego ese es tonic.
Tú también, Mike. It's fucking Saturday, man. Bullshit. Mikey, again, Mike from Whispers, not Whiskers. Jesus. Bar and Lounge, guys, again, the best little secret in Laredo. If you want the best places to hang out, they got pool tables, they got poker night, they got Sistine Tuesdays, they got industry night.
Soon the classic cat.
And soon the classic cats out of Laredo, Texas.
Free pool every day.
Free food also?
No.
Ooh.
Free food too.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, but you gotta get there early, man, because there's always somebody playing pool. I have never, when we used to go with the security, whatever, there's always somebody playing pool. If it's not Mike, it's somebody. There's always somebody. Mike's always the other. We'll jump in and play pool. Mike, don't leave yet. We're gonna take a quick pic, and have you sign the wall. Anything else, guys, before Mike leaves?
No, well, whatever you need, Mike. You know, you got my number and all that. Whatever
sir.
you need,
Thank you,
and we'll be more than happy to have Express Radio be out there, support you.
Classic cats.
Don't
No,
do it.
no, don't do it, please, no.
You're doing very well, don't do it.
You know when we do it. When are you off? When do you not show up?
It's a 3-year plan. Remember, TJ. I wanna make it to 3 years.
So do my players. Alright, man, hope they're not watching. Love you guys.
I said you're a band member. The most okayest drummer.
Number 12? Yeah. Alright, so this conversation was the no conversation. And we've said it before, like, you're offended with everything off the content. Thank God we're not sending any word though. I mean, I hope I want to get much, you know, that's between, that's when we do the, I know, and we're okay, before then, doing the comment, it doesn't mean that we'll get on YouTube and take out the rest of this, but that's what we're talking to, we're gonna do it.
Oh, you're dipping money to surprise me.
Oh, yeah. We'll put Jack right here.
Dude.
I had Jack money. I know they made money.
It's a little different from Jack. Jack is good. It's a little bit more sweeter. Ice or Coke? I got ice here. Okay, cool. Of course. Any more stupid questions? Hey, ¿no? ¿Qué cake o no?
Oye, ¿tienes el Atari tú, TJ?
No. Ask everybody else.
Yeah, dude, I saw it.
Mojo, bro.
That's a fucking classic.
Oh, yeah.
Y ahí venían, ahí los vendían.
Oh, yeah. Aquí está el player. Aquí está el player. So,
They're playing on the 13th or not? 13th.
Yeah, 13th.
They're having a show. Wait.
Sprite? I don't have Sprite.
¿Ya viste a quién firmaron o no?
¿A quién?
Los Steelers.
Sí.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Ya me lo verga, that guy can't play with us. Fuck that guy.
What year?
Estoy peleando ahí con Frank Rodríguez, porque le pongo yo, anyway, I'm 60, le pongo yo, I'm 60, porque dice, no, no tiene yo bro. He didn't do it, yeah, le digo, he didn't do anything with the Jets. Yeah, he didn't. So he never lied, hasta la última he never lied. Le dije, yo tengo 60, güey. Give me a line of those fucking touchdowns. Yeah. So he's gonna do good. He is.
Yeah, I saw that today.
You literally could do it.
I like this one better.
No, ya. Así, ya.
But it's my last time I was gonna take one and just leave it there. That way when I go look at the bottom, say that.
Pero sabes que hago yo con el Jack. Yo me pongo a buscar los Jacks y un shot de Jack. Yeah, I do. Pero si tiene buen sabor.
I want to try to get back there with you all. Do the light feed. Just for the season. A ver cuándo hacer algo. Es que cuando está tocando la banda,
No, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I want to see if we can do it remote. We can even record it or put it up. I think we might have to do that. We record it, like talk to the staff and everything like that. As people are coming in, talk to them, and record it. Once these guys, we'll just start playing them and I'm like,
Digo que se va a tocar el 13, para la forma de que va a tocar con Green, va a tocar Tornado, va a tocar Ricky Reese, va a tocar Ramón, espero que lo para Bernardo. Va a haber va a estar con es como un gran
Thursday, estás en casa, el conjunto Dreams, en no juego, de Cantarana. Vamos, Thursday,
Ya no hay los golpes, pero
you gotta set up like it's just it starts at 9. No. 9's when we so I'm party people fucking around. That way so I can trust them. He doesn't trust them. Yeah,
I've seen the video. I mean, no, pero muy sorry.
yes.
Hey, Tito. Yeah, good, no? Let's do.
¿Tienes miedo? ¿No tienes una high chair para el tornado? No, pues nomás que se paren así. Que se paren así. Bueno.
The cartridge he was remembering. So that was going back to the Atari days. He got it. A ver, ya voy, pa.
If you have an extra shirt,
Tornado, get that.
No, traje esto porque es malo, pero los
What?
¿Quién de los Cowboys que se la quiten?
Oh shit. Cowboys all the way, baby.
we all make mistakes.
Steelers suck.
We all make mistakes. Good eye, Aaron Rodgers.
I know. Good. You deserve it. Ready? All right. We're back, guys. We're back. Sorry we took a little break because we have to make sure that our guests, outgoing guests, are taken care of, and the incoming guests are also taken care of. So we were talking with Mike Garza. He's a big Steelers fan. Hold on.
Mira, ve, nomás dijiste Steelers y no
Yeah.
pasó nada.
Jeez, nomás.
He got all excited.
You okay? You all right?
Yep, good.
It got electrified.
It's too much.
And then the electric ran through.
Too much Mike Viagra. So anyway, we're talking about the Steelers. How
Aaron Rodgers got picked up by them. What a big fucking mistake, man. Aaron Rodgers is a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. He's overrated. But the Steelers deserve him. The Steelers deserve him.
I just forgot to tell he's one of our new sponsors.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Aaron Rodgers, you're the best guy. You're the best ever. Fuck the Cowboys. But anyway, all right. So we got our second guest here today. Well, so I'm sorry. Before we go into Tornado and what they're doing is we're talking about some of the sponsors. I know you just met Whispers. Mike got us up from Whispers.
Whiskers?
Whiskers, or as Bojo knows it. So we got Silverio Martinez, attorney at law. You go for all your legal problems or dilemmas
After Whiskers.
after Whiskers. The Mariachi Mix guys are selling a bunch of Mexican artisanal stuff. We're also hosting a brand new wrestling company. We'll talk to you about that later on. We got Wix Pizza, Eric Wickstrom. Wix Pizza, the best pizza in town. Also Mariachi Mezcal de Texas, de Texas. Well, the number 2 mariachi again. Look, everybody like right now, you know, Tornado's gonna say that he's the best conjunto in town.
Right.
And then Conjunto Dream is gonna say, so everybody says they're the best. So the way we do it in the mariachi world is every mariachi says they're the best, but we're gonna say we are number 2. That way there's nobody wants to be number 2, everybody wants to be number 1, right? So at the end of the day, you know, look, every group has its own thing. Every group is better than something than somebody else. So the thing is to, and we try to do this in the mariachi world, try to respect each other, but there's always one group out there, especially the younger ones, that think that just because I have white hair that I'm older than what I am, but I'm not. So, all right, Classic Cats. Again, Classic Cats will be at Whisper soon. Mike doesn't know it, but we'll be there soon.
He doesn't know it yet.
He doesn't know it yet. Fuck him. Who the fuck he thinks he is?
The owner?
The owner? Fuck that.
Don't you know the owner there?
I think I do. Tejano Express, his wife, that's the owner. Tejano Express Radio, again, Fred and what he does with the radio. Although most of you don't know, when you see him on the radio, you know, if he's looking at the camera, whatever. Last time I walked in, I swear to God, he's not wearing pants. But that's okay. That's all right.
Just like
That's
right now.
another thing. And our newest sponsor is Star. Star with the Blitz 100.1. Star is always doing awesome things. Big shout out to that Weta. I mean, we're really glad to have her on board. She's going to be helping us out with some other stuff. So,
Can't wait to have her
Star,
here
I
as a
hope you're
guest.
listening. I know right now she's going through a tough time. I'm not going to get too much into it, but the best of luck and hope everything turns out well for you, Star.
Yep.
All right. With that being said, Tornado, Israel Gamboa. First time I meet you, man. I've heard a lot of things about you. I've heard your music. I'm glad that we finally got a chance to have you here. You're surrounded by a couple of hoodlums. One's a cake monster. We'll get into that later on.
I had cake.
No la vi. You just ruined the surprise. Although I'm sure you smelled it coming in. It's like a fucking canine from CBP.
Cookie. Okay.
But anyway, all right, you got to turn on. Let's switch it over so you can see the beautiful faces.
Hold on.
Yeah. So look, Conjunto guys, Conjunto right now has gotten a lot of momentum in Laredo. There's a lot of bands out there, and part of the challenge for you guys, I would imagine, is to somehow get ahead, right? Get away from it, get away from the herd, so you can be noticed, right? Conjunto music has been around for a very long time, and I'll tell you one thing: it's going to be around
Forever.
a lot longer than it's been around already. I mean, because people like you guys are keeping it alive, and that's awesome because it's part of our culture, and even there's a younger crowd coming into it, which is pretty cool. That means that you guys are doing something right. Same thing with mariachi. Mariachi is traditional as hell, but it has to be kept. You know, we have a lot of young mariachi players, and that's the way you keep it. It's part of our culture, guys. That's pretty good, man. You moved it without even knowing. Look at that, it's perfect. I can see Bojo and all his manly glory.
Don't fire me, keep him. Don't fire. Today was gonna be your last day.
You didn't know, right?
No.
Like if he fucks up one more time, he's out.
Just
So
wanted to put it out there.
okay.
Thank you. Thank you
All
for
right,
letting me
Israel,
know.
without further ado, man, please talk to us. Tell us about your history, what you've done, where you're going. Well, we'll get into where you're going in a little bit. But tell the reader who you are, man. For those few people that don't know who you are.
ya me dice Israel como que sí, voy a convertir en tech support. I fix your computer, my man.
Oh, this is gonna be a good conversation.
Mostly was in the deal of-
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Hello?
No, hombre, sí, saludos mi raza a todos aquí de Laredo, todos los que nos están viendo. We got some people tuning in from Houston, de Monterrey, de toda la República Mexicana.
So-
You know, todos tuned in a ver cómo, si se puede arreglar todo con Frederick on the controls acá, ¿verdad? ¿Entiendes? Pero no, sí, gracias a Dios, todos, Conjunto Dream también, siempre con nosotros al 100. The project we got going ahorita se llama Tierra Caliente.
Eso.
Something that we started a tribute to Bernardo y sus compadres, long time legend in the conjunto industry.
Yep.
Y por nosotros, we're not a set band per se, ¿me entiendes? Conjunto Dream hace su proyecto, están grabando los muchachos. But we tag team de repente.
Se comen pasteles.
También, ya sabes, puro tres leches.com.
Where is it?
Míralo.
Ya despertó, ya lo despertó.
Y pues like they'll play their set, ¿verdad? Their songs, their music, presentación al 100. Y luego un servidor también se sube and we totally switch to more traditional classic conjunto. That's what we're trying to show everyone, de que entre todos juntos, helping each other, así es como vamos a salir adelante, ¿me entiendes?
El
Not,
sol sale para todos.
exactly, not being opposition, todos juntos, así es como debe ser conjunto. I mean, look at Tejano, ¿me entiendes? Tejano nunca ves que andan uno contra el otro, no, they're all doing their thing, dude, so that's what we're trying to promote, que entre todos juntos vamos a salir adelante.
And you know what? I'm glad you're saying that because as it is our culture, we're really bad at that, man. You can't see anybody try to get ahead because they're gonna talk their shit. They're gonna try to bring you down. And in the music business, what's going on, man? Welcome back.
No podía parar la, reversear la tronca, bro.
Ahora, güey.
We can start the podcast now.
Estaba en trafical.
Oye, llegó tarde, ¿cuánto le van a bajar?
Yo por eso me parqué.
We can start now.
So anyway, it's something that I hope our people change their mentality. That if we work together. Look, I'm gonna tell you something about the black culture. The black culture, they can go. If I'm a black man and I'm out of Texas, I go to Chicago, and I'm walking down the street, I'm gonna say hi to the other black man. And I was mesmerized when I started learning about this because I would be walking with a friend of mine, he's black, and he'd be like, hey, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? And I'm like, do you know these people? And they're like, nope, we don't know these people. So the Mexicans don't do that. Fuck that guy, pinche vato, te quiero mucho. That's killing our progress, man. It slows our progress down. And in the music business, we don't do that. You know why? I think because we appreciate what it takes to get in front of a group of people and play. You know, you guys, everybody here, except for Bojo, because he has 2 left feet, but this Bojo, not that Bojo, not Cookie Monster.
The ice cream monster.
The unhomed, unhoused.
Unhoused.
What I'm saying is that you're born with a gift, and then you work all your life to try to develop it, and you're never gonna get to where you want to get because the minute you think you do, you're fucked up. Whenever you think you're that good, you're an idiot. Now, if you think you can't learn anything, even Ruben here that was here last week, that guy's always learning, he's always practicing, he's always trying to get better. Why? Because these are perishable skills, right? If you don't practice them, you're gonna lose them. Try stopping for a year and get back on the drums after a year. You're gonna be like, I mean, you'll get back on the horse fast, but still, you gotta get on it. So, with what you're saying, I'm glad that you think that way. I'm serious because it's gonna make our people move forward, and we need to, man. We're falling behind as a race, as an ethnic group. We're falling behind everybody else. The black community, they have BET, they have all kinds of programs that support themselves and support each other. We don't have that. What do we have? We have a hot chick, talking about the weather, and we think that that's cool. It's not.
I also think, TJ, a lot has to do with life lessons, right? So especially like with conjunto or whatever genre you want to call it. But now that you're mentioning conjunto, I think these guys here I can say because not because one of them is my brother, but they've evolved.
Yeah.
So now you see the networking. Like that day we were at Cantarranas Country Club to see the OG guys up there, like guys that I grew up because my dad would listen to the music, and to see them that they're still doing it and they're passing on stuff. So they had the whole yo pa acá, instead of hey let's gel or whatever, they learned from it. So they're doing all the gel. And, you know, as Tornado mentioned, maybe they're not as a group rap, but they help each other out, man. Before, from stories I would hear, it didn't exist like some years back. And we're talking like still 15 years ago, and now it's a little bit different. I see, from my foxhole, that's what I see. That they're gelling more, they've learned their lesson, and they've evolved. But not just, the talent, obviously the talent is, you just can't compare. I'm blown away from, when I saw them. I'm a big hometown boy, progressive kind of conjunto, but I'm also classic. So it just blew me away what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they've evolved in their music and their craft, but also in their relationship and how they fuse together and they gel and all this wonderful magical new words that you use. But bottom line, they tolerate each other. They tolerate each other and they wanna, all egos aside, and they wanna help out each other.
Not only that, they're willing to share not only their skills and their talent, but also their cake.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
Hey,
You had me at the first
Let's
two.
not get ahead of ourselves. That's it, deal. Y'all didn't get one for you
Try to
guys.
make sure that chain's on his foot. Because he's gonna run to that cake right now.
But yeah, we were doing so well. And anyways, how'd you get that nickname, Tornado?
That was given to me by Bernardo years ago when I
Really?
started.
Okay.
Yes,
For what
yes.
reason?
Pues before I got in, he used to have this guy named Gilbert Arizola.
Right.
He used to call him El Huracán.
Okay.
And when I got in, dijo, pues si yo traigo un huracán que no puede traer un tornado.
Ah,
I was like 5 feet tall back then. Me entiendes todavía, ¿verdad? Pero pues no
I
pasa
was about
nada.
to say,
Oh, we're talking about back there.
I'm now 4'11".
Pero estoy creciendo para los lados.
Over there with heels.
So this was yesterday.
Yeah.
So okay, so isn't that weird how, especially in our culture, man? Like I didn't know your real name till I looked you up, right? And whatever, Tornado. So that's part of. I have a big fan
You
of
were
that
saying
because-
Haji and all this other different stuff.
Ya sabes.
Well,
I take a camel to work, ¿me entiendes? Más efficient.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, if you come in, when he comes in with recording with the red dot on the forehead, he's not.
No, he comes in with some taper on his torso. Get the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, TJ, give us some time. We gotta figure out, is he Hammer or is he a dee-dee-dee-dee? Which one of the two?
Which one are you?
We welcome the dee-dee-dee-dee, but the Hammer.
Ese no.
Those guys, that's a whole different agenda.
Is it hamana? What is that
So not only are you ugly, now you're dead.
No, hamana.
Este no
What
está
fucking
comiendo
word?
cake.
No.
Este no está comiendo
No,
cake.
está mal.
What word did you go to? Hamana?
Anyway, guys, moving on.
Because we went to, I don't know.
I don't
Where'd you
know.
go?
¿Tú fuiste a dónde? Disneyland?
Fue a la escuela.
You won scores. All
I
right.
went to Camp Bullis for
So-
summer camp.
So Tornado, right? Tornado. And you've had that nickname how long?
How about that long?
About that.
About 4'9". I mean
Yeah.
4'11".
Back when he was just a little speck in the meteorologist sheet, he converted to a tornado.
Cuando era tempestad.
It was just a gust of wind.
Ay, cuando pegó Hurricane Katrina por ahí.
Así le dijo Mr. Violent Winds.
All right. So what's I know you guys have some big event coming up in Whispers, right? We were talking about it a little while ago.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
it was.
get to play at Whispers. Yeah.
So yeah,
Good job,
And I
guys.
know it's in celebration of Conjunto Dreams 1 year anniversary, right?
Yeah.
Awesome job, guys. So that night, according to what the Steeler fan was telling us,
Oh, boy.
it's gonna be a badass lineup. It's gonna be a badass lineup, right? I know it's you guys, Conjunto Dreams. Who else did he say?
Ricky
Ricky
Reese.
Reese.
Ricky.
A big shout out to Ricky Reese and the
Yes, sir.
Ricky.
the Scorpions. Who else is on?
Los Amores.
Los
Los Amores
Amores.
Fantasy.
And special guest. It was
Bernie.
Was it Bernie?
Bernie.
Well, Bernie.
He might be a special appearance.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
yeah.
That's awesome.
That was
And I
awesome.
told him, I didn't ask. Classic Cats are gonna play.
Otra.
We're gonna fucking play. I don't give a fuck if you have to bring a doctor.
Yeah,
Bring a doctor.
Please don't leave, guys. Please just. Are you leaving, carnal?
Empieza a las 7, so ustedes van a tocar
Let's
las
go cut
4.
the cake, guys.
Hey, what he said?
A las 4 out there whispers.
So-
Bueno,
so-
toca.
You know what?
You're
Con
the
todo
first of the
respeto,
lineup.
fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Especially you.
Dijo con todo respeto.
Con todo respeto, hey. No hay pedo.
No se sienta de madre.
Hacemos, no
lack of respect.
Not you, because you're badass. The rest of you, fuck you.
Pero anda conmigo.
Bueno,
O
have
esa
a
es
fuck
otra
with
historia.
you.
Esa es otra historia.
Me casé conmigo. Pero
Pero vamos a hablar de eso.
dos mujeres, un pepino. Aquí en dos pepinos, no mujeres. Which is nothing wrong with that, guys. Okay,
Yeah.
Shout out to the gay community.
Nowadays, it's, you know,
Yeah, who cares?
Different
Man?
times.
None of our business. So anyway, I'm excited about that day. We're gonna try to make an appearance.
Tejano Express is going to be there. We're going to do a live remote in the sense of video, so everybody can watch that. Todo el mundo, Tejano Express followers and la comunidad de la música tejana, conjunto y todo. So we're excited to do that.
So the Tejano Express will be there again. Big Word Talk will be there too. Get a couple of areas with the people and promote you guys again. You know, we're a small podcast, but we're growing every week. So hopefully one day, you know, this thing will matter. But I want to thank you all for showing up today, because everybody's busy, man. Everybody's tired. Everybody's been working. Yet you still want to take the chance to be out here, and I really appreciate it. All right, Tornado, so talk to us a little bit about, you said, I know you prefer a little bit more classic stuff, right? What's the difference? What have you seen? Well, let me ask you this. How long have you been doing this professionally?
Professionally, man, I've been since I was in, junior high.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's when you
I know
started.
last week
Yeah,
we were
that's
talking
right.
about it.
That's right, he was there, you mentioned it.
We're good
Okay,
together, I like
so
choreography.
how many years?
20 plus.
Okay, 20 plus.
Yeah.
What have you seen that changes in your genre? I mean, the new stuff that's come out, a lot, I mean, because look, to the lay ear, to the person who doesn't know, conjunto es igual. I mean, the same shit.
No es lo
And it's
mismo.
not. If you know music, you know damn well it's not. Every instrument in that group has, everybody's different, everybody plays it different. Bojo coming from a background of Tejano, now going into this, I'm sure he plays with a different style. You know, and people that know will pick it up. They'll pick it up right away. So what have you seen, in your opinion, that's either good or bad as far as changes go?
Pues the foundation pretty much is still the same, ¿me entiendes? When you talk conjunto, you have to have precision with all your músicos, you know, everyone has to listen to each other, everyone has to work as a unit, ¿me entiendes? Combined. The music itself, the songs are changing because you have a lot of influence from like the newer stuff, the banda genre that's coming in from Mexico.
Right.
Which is great, ¿me entiendes? More power to them, ¿me entiendes? Oye, de que es something new, it's evolving, pero pues, you know, hardcore conjunto, old school conjunto, el sencito, como tú dices, un champ. But you know what? Trae a alguien que nunca ha hecho eso and do that 45 minutes straight
Yeah.
with the same timing, the same
Yes.
precision.
Yeah.
A ver, cuando caben, ahora sí pregúntales, was it easy?
Even the drumming, I mean, I sometimes when I go to Terraza, big shout out to those guys, and they do the tareas, all that stuff.
Domingo Tardeadas.
And yeah, and you sit there and you're looking at the drummer and he's doing the same thing, in quotation. But again, like you said, it's not really the same thing, and it might sound the same, but it's not, and it's hard. That shit, that little chinga, you know, for 45 hours, it gets difficult. And again, people that don't know music, you know, it's like a lot of people say, I don't like Tejano. Why not? They don't even know why not. Why don't you like Tejano? I don't know, but they're listening to regional bullshit that to me, you know, that some of that banda stuff personally, I'll listen to a little bit. It's like jazz.
Yeah.
Frustrates the fuck out of me. Why? Because the countermeasures I'm used to, you know, being a drummer, you're used to that. And when jazz comes in and you fuck it all up, yeah, I can only listen to 2 minutes of it and we're done.
Yeah.
But so people that don't appreciate, but I appreciate the art. My kudos to those guys. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Those, especially the jazz drummers do. Those guys are, that's a whole different fucking thing. I mean, I don't even want to, like I said, I don't even like looking. But anyway, but to the lay person, when I go back to that, you know, you gotta appreciate it and respect the genre, because, and I don't care what it is, man. Whether it's if you're freaking doing banda stuff, doing regional stuff. Again, every culture. I mean, the cultures, the subcultures within the Hispanic culture, everybody comes with a different sound, different instruments, different sound. It's like Cantarranas, you know, you can go up there like next week, you know, the Conjunto Dreams is gonna be out there, and then the Classic Cats finally they're gonna get a chance to play.
Right.
So, but we're gonna blow the fuck away. I mean, blow them away, because we're doing stuff that, you know, we're gonna go from Tex-Mex to you know, Nanitos Verdes to, you know, Billy Joel, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck's going on? Because they're used to Conjunto Tejano stuff. And that's what we want. So and that gives me the segue into asking you this. How do you separate yourself apart from other groups? How do you always try to be different?
Well, la diferencia is like, yeah, you go up there and you see us and you're like, tocan tambores, tocan Tony La Rosa, Bernardo, you know, the list goes on and on. But if you were to pull me aside and ask me, what's your thing? I'm a Latin breed guy.
Oh, wow.
Jimmy Edwards,
Wow.
the brass sound. ¿me
Yeah,
entiendes?
yeah, that sound, yeah.
But de repente, like one of our upcoming recordings, vamos a grabar Yo Lo Comprendo from Jimmy Edwards, ¿me entiendes? But we're going to give it a more conjunto
Yes,
twist.
yes.
So the whole idea is that todo lo que escuchas, de todo lo que aprendes, give it your own little kick, even though it's a cover song.
Right.
But someone that might be hearing it for the first time might see, de ahí soy yo.
Yep.
¿Me entiendes? So,
And let me just say one thing. You know, I might not be on the same subject right now, but como Cari Leon, he went to Nashville. That dude went to Nashville and recorded a couple songs with country music guys and girls. He did his own twist, but it continued to stay to his genre per se.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what the music now these days sound. So I hope que tú Tornado, haces tu música en tu diferente, si le quieres poner violines, trompetas, o lo que sea.
In other words, you gotta come together with the mariachi
Yeah.
and see what we can do.
Yeah, ¿me entiendes? And you'd be surprised. Yeah.
nomás no me digas que tú eres entre compas, porque...
No.
Y-
Ya valió, man. Ya valió, man. So, anyway, so
Yeah.
introduce. I know that you guys were here last week. I get it, but now you're here supporting Tornado. So let's do it again because it's a different week. Talk to us about who you have next to you.
Pues este es mito, I mean, you know that you
Of
can never
course.
pick up a case if you play the bass. Camarada Bojo también, con nosotros, tamborero, you know, y mis respetos para todos. Pues, él te puede decir, dude, I just got into conjunto, it's totally different. That's living proof right there de que conjunto is above, head and shoulders above everything else.
Just bring me cake and there's no
Y luego también Charlie Riojas en el bajo sexto también, todo de aquí de Laredo. Eso es lo que movemos
Eso.
nosotros, puro Laredo.
And that's what makes us proud, guys. It really does. And I was telling them last week that I would love, one of our goals is to make Laredo, you know, the mecca of conjunto and Tejano. You know, so that people, when they say conjunto Tejano, they think of Laredo. You know, like just like San Antonio used to be the Tejano capital, they lost that title because they let it go for whatever reason. But Laredo's it's about time Laredo wakes up and takes the lead in something. Takes ownership, you know, takes ownership. So I know, so you know, you're only as good as those people around you. It's like a chain. You know, you're only as good as the weakest link. So you always try to surround yourself not only with people that can play good, but also people that have the right attitude.
Yeah.
You know, because I've learned being in different groups that one bad apple in that band or my group, whatever, will fuck everything up. That they bring in that negative energy.
Yeah.
They bring in. I mean, it's just you
And
need-
that carries on to the other one.
It does, it does.
It's really knowing the whole group has
Yep.
that mentality.
Yeah.
So I've been with the guys not even a year, and of course I grew up with that music, Billy Joel, CCR. I know it, but I never played it, and I hadn't played drums in forever. But now it's weird because if one guy in the group doesn't like that song, they don't give it 100%, and that's not the way, you know. So we try to avoid that. You know, there's songs that are above my level, and I'm like, dude, let's try something else. You know, let me get there. Once we get there, then once I can play, i.e. Manao, you know, freaking Clavado en un Bar, that fucking song. If you ever seen the drummers and seen the drum sequences, and that is no fucking joke. It's a little different than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that you got to make sure that the people are in the right frame of mind with the right attitude. That's how we're going to succeed. Because you can be awesome, you can be Tornado all day, but if you don't have a group behind you, you're just a one-man band, and nobody does that anymore. Although nowadays with all the technology, I guess you could record your own shit. But try to play live, you're not gonna be able to do it.
It's not to have 100% live.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
See, that's another thing. So let me go back to before I let you go. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much, but mariachi for serenatas. Oh my God, you have all these groups, all these guys, DJs with, I mean, they serenade the entire fucking neighborhood.
Salen de abajo de las piedras para las
Sí,
dos.
sí. So to me, I'm sorry. No, we're all trying to make a buck, but when you have a group of mariachis singing to your mom, singing to your wife, singing to whoever, just for her, it's not for everybody, it's just for her, you know, it makes a big difference. So going back to live music, oh yeah, recordings are a dime a dozen. I mean, anybody can record. You can record a rap song now without anybody. It's just you and technology, you know. But it's not the same thing as having a live group with human live, you know, breathing human beings, and it's a whole different story. Okay, Tornado. So where do you want to be in 5 years, man? What's your 5-year plan?
Like you said, man, in 5 years we want to put Laredo back on the map. Show them que Conjunto salió de aquí y siempre va a ser la catedral del Conjunto. We might not have Casa Blanca anymore like back in the golden age, ¿me entiendes? Pero wherever we go, Conjunto es el mismo gusto que le brindamos a la gente. Y in 5 years we want them to know, ¿sabes qué? There was a rebirth of Conjunto in Laredo again.
That would be. I would love to see it.
There is, man. It's already started.
Oh yeah, it's slowly disbanding, or not
There's
disbanding,
sponsor popping up
but
and stuff like that.
expanding.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
Little by little.
No, it's gonna get there, man. It's gonna be awesome. I would love to see it. So we talked about this last time. We were
Yeah.
trying to plan a
telethon.
telethon. So we'll definitely invite you guys, man, to take part of that.
I'm there.
You know, it's two-way. It exposes you, and it also helps money, you know, to raise money for the cause. So I don't know if we're gonna do it, you know, through one of the local channels, or we'll just do it here, man. I mean, I don't care, as long as we raise money, and I think we're gonna go more with a veteran type charity.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna go
I
there.
mean, that's the goal right now, but I mean, I'm sure there's other organizations and stuff that might need donations as well.
We're trying to pick something that's not, you know, like you know, cancer. I mean, thank God they have a lot of support. Autism, they have a lot of support, and rightly so. We need it, but we're looking for something that doesn't have quite the same support. And I'm looking at, you know, helping veterans transition from army life to or military life to.
Yeah.
Because look, I'll be honest with you, man. For a long time, you know, you come out of the army, or you come out of a combat zone, and you're mad, man. You're angry as fuck. I mean, you're just angry. All you want to do is drink, and so I couldn't understand why we were so angry. Oh, I was so angry. I mean, until I figured it out. So let me give you an example. When you fuck up and get arrested and go to jail, you're in jail, and you miss birthdays, you miss anniversaries, your kids grow up, graduations, you miss all that. And it sucks, but guess what? You fucked up. That's why you're there. When we're in combat, when we're in an army, we're training, whatever, guess what? We miss the same shit, man. The same shit. And it's very frustrating because I didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I did was raise my right hand. So that makes us unconsciously angry. We're mad at the life choice that we made. We're proud on one side, but we're also mad. So I think that's the best way I can explain it.
It is, and then of course, I mean, and then sometimes some anger comes in because of the things that happen within the military organizations, that sometimes you can't come home, and there's reasons, good reasons why they need you, okay? And we can't accept that because of course you want to come home, see your family, or see what happened, or a death, wedding, whatever. To them, sometimes no. You
No,
can't
the
go.
mission's first. Then.
Yeah, mission's
so
first.
my orders, we can say 400 days, you know, in country, and if 398 comes up, and guess what? They need a lieutenant colonel to stay. I'm staying, you know, and it sucks.
It does.
And the family is pissed off, so it affects everybody, man, you know. And a lot of people don't see that. That's why in Laredo, like in San Antonio, they call it a military town, USA, and it's true, man. If you're in uniform or they know you're a vet, man, they'll treat you well. In Laredo, very few times will they come up to you and say thank you for your service. Why? Because we're in a bullshit, shitty town, and the town doesn't demand better treatment of the vets. Now, I'm not one either, too. You can see my kiosk there, you'll see some hats. I don't wear my hats, I don't wear any of this shit, because I know who I am. I don't need to be trying to instill attention from other people. And nothing for against those guys that do. I know a friend of mine that wears his hat every day, and that's okay. That's okay, but guess what? Personally, that's not my ID.
Yeah.
That's not who I am. I've been a cop for 30 years. I've been in the military for 35 now with the State Guard. I have several degrees in education. I'm a musician. I'm a business owner. But at the end of the day, I'm still TJ. I am still TJ. That's why. And as long as you always stay Tornado, you always stay Bojo, you guys stay true to yourselves. That's because you don't need a title. If you need a title, it's because you have a small, low self-esteem, and probably a small penis. Right? What? Bojo just left.
Oh, okay.
That's what, so for those of you that don't know, Bojo had to leave. He didn't realize he had a gynecology appointment, and he had a pap smear.
So late.
A pap smear that went wrong. He ate the paste or whatever the hell it was.
Had a little
So-
extra cheese on the top.
She has a little cheese on the top, oh yeah. But anyway, so, all right, guys, so, again, 5-year plan. So right now, what's going on in the group right now, Tornado? What's going on in your life? Are you doing original stuff? Are you doing just cover stuff? What are you working on?
We're doing a little bit of everything. Conjunto Dreams in the studio right now doing their album. Primero Dios, ya saliendo esto, I'm gonna go in there. We're gonna do some oldies, claro, and I'm working on some stuff that I'm writing myself.
Good.
And I'm gonna release that. Y luego también, ahora pronto, on the 21st of June, I'm gonna be celebrating my birthday 3 weeks late. Pero ahí
Nice.
vamos a estar y invité a las divas.
Nice.
So those little girls, man.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're
got
up and
so
coming,
much
man.
potential.
I just hope that they stay together, man.
I'm sure they will.
Because here comes the teenage years, and here we go, man. So that's my concern. But if they can get through that, they're gonna be big, man. They're gonna be big.
Yeah, of course.
So what's happening on 21st?
Vamos a tocar sus servidores, Tierra Caliente y las divas. I'm gonna give them prime time. I want people to really get a chance to hear them up close. Porque siempre cuando las invitan, ¿me entiendes? Ve y toca unas canciones al
Yeah.
principio. No, yo quiero que toquen en prime time, que las escuchen.
Yeah.
The spotlight to be on them because down the line they're gonna be on top.
That's our future. That's our future. So, but where are you having this?
En la terraza.
Oh, okay. All right.
Awesome. Okay, good.
Well, you know where I'm gonna be at.
Hopefully we see you guys there.
Oh, no, you will.
No, dude, so our plan is to start showing up.
Don't write it,
Yeah.
don't write itself, man, I'll remind you.
Ah, okay, thanks.
Si lo apuntas y se te olvida, eres click.
You know, we need to put that shit on a shirt.
I know we should.
We need to put that shit. If you schedule a pap smear at 8:42 on a Thursday, Bojo, it is clicking. But that's what you get for leaving. So
Yes.
that's the punishment that we're gonna have for each other. If we leave or come in late, it's gonna be shit talking.
You don't show up at all.
So the way it is, man, I'll teach you to be absent again, cabrón. So that's awesome. That's again, it says a lot about you, Tornado, that you are thinking of other people and thinking of the new generation, and hopefully they'll appreciate what you're doing for them, and then they do it for the next generation of artists. And that's the way we're gonna get better as a people, man. I mean, we gotta support each other. We gotta support each other. It's one thing on one of my. So I'm a business owner, whatever. I have retirement and stuff, and not that I'm old, that old fuckers. 50.
Speak
I love
for-
it.
speak
He's
for
older than
yourself.
I am, and he talks a shit.
Hey, he's doing great with his English this week.
Hey.
I know, right?
Amazing.
I learned a couple of things today. Practice. So the thing is that with Chicken, I got me.
I got it. See, that's what you get.
That comes with all day.
Say it with me, say it with me. Alzheimer's.
Mira, no pinche gringo siguiéndome un alemán, güey, se pide Alzheimer. Me está aquí chingue. What the fuck I was gonna tell you, man?
I don't know, rewind the tape.
Fucking Mexican Lawrence.
After his birthday, what you doing?
We're talking about his birthday.
Yeah, we're talking about his birthday.
Knows what they're entonces.
You know what? Fuck all y'all. Including the guy, the next guest. Fuck y'all too. Por eso.
El cuernudo que está.
Ahorita te va a enseñar los cuernos. You ever finished with your fucking cake? Andale, cabrón.
You better not touch that quiero, ¿cómo te llamas?
Skittle.
So,
Ya se le está olvidando, se le está bajando la sugar y luego.
Ya estoy así, ¿no?
I can do it. So anyway, so good, man. Good. Kudos to you to support these girls and other people. Besides them, is there anybody else young like that? I mean, no, that's trying to put together something like this.
There's not in Laredo, I mean, pero por todos lados. I mean, I go back to, all the early days. que íbamos empezando, te arrimabas con un conjunto, hey, me vas a tocar una polka, or,
Exactly.
¿me entiendes? Some bands were real gracious y te ayudaban, pero habían unos que
They didn't want to help, right?
no,
Ah.
¿me entiendes? That's what we learned from that, and it's like, por más ocupado, nomás tienes 45 minutes, dales la oportunidad.
It doesn't hurt.
Absolutely.
That one little attention can to throw that person to the future,
Yeah.
or destroy them. Either one.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't know what's going on in other people's minds, man. We don't know what's going on. Well, that's what I'm gonna tell you. So, as a businessman, and whatever, you work your ass off. You work your ass off, right? So you drive an okay truck, whatever, and there's always some asshole. Que troquita, hey, fuck you, dude.
No me la dieron, pa.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You're older than I am, and you're driving. That's still giving you a right to work.
Yeah.
Life choices, right? Life choices. So again, don't be. Those are ugly vibes that we do to each other. There's no reason for that. But anyway, so yeah, man. I mean, I remember when the mariachi one time we were at. Remember the Laredo Bucks? Remember when we used to have that kind of entertainment? It was awesome. They asked us to play during one of the championship games. We're talking about 10,000 people, man. And here I am fucking singing Mariachi Loco. I couldn't even see. It looked awesome. We walked out and there were some little kids wanting an autograph. That was weird to me. I've never done that, ever. So I went to his mom and signed her breast. No, I'm just joking. So,
Where's your mom?
pinche vato,
Eres clica. Eres clica.
Where's your mom? Where's your mom?
without permission, sign a woman's, I was like, anyway, so I'm signing and I'm freaking, it feels weird, but imagine if you would say, no, I don't do that shit. Like, no, I'm gonna do that. I mean, the poor kids, to them, they don't really know who you are, but they saw you perform and they wanted it. And that's badass, help the kids, help the young generation move up, because we're not gonna be here forever. All we have is our reputation, and as men, all we have is our word. That's all we have. If you tell me I'll be there that day, like I didn't have to call you 10 times that you're gonna be there. No, I trusted you guys were gonna be here. I trust that he's gonna be here. We don't talk.
We don't talk
In
all
the
week.
beginning, we were
Sometimes.
talking every day. Hey, what are we doing? How are we gonna do this? Now it's like, today we spoke. Hey, we ready to go? Yeah, okay, we got it. So we meet here at 6. If he sets
Are
everything
you gonna
up.
wake up, man?
Llega pinche Mr. Brody over here, fucking the homeless or homeless, whatever. Deja tú, se quitó la cachucha, güey. I didn't know he was Jewish. Era un pinche. Like, you're Jewish? No que eres cristiano. So, but anyway, I told you, Bojo, when you see this, fuck you. Thanks for leaving early. But anyway, so real quick, Tornado, what's I know a 5-year plan, whatever, but you, do you want to continue just doing stuff here on the radio? Do you want to go out of town? Do you want to record? Spotify? What do you want to do?
My first album, Tornado y los Vengadores, is on Spotify.
Oh, nice.
¿Me entiendes? Ahí está dando lata todavía. Al rato sacamos otro. Doing a little bit of collaborations. That's one that I want to do, a live album where we can do a collaboration
You can.
with. Y luego hay una cosa que dicen son músicos locales, ¿me entiendes? I don't agree with that term, ¿me entiendes? Músicos son músicos, no importa que sean de aquí homegrown, que nomás toquen aquí. You're demeaning that conjunto by saying
You're
locales.
limiting and putting a foot on your throat. Yeah, I agree. Psychologically, yeah.
Nos llevas a Houston, nos llevas a decir, we're going to tear it up. It don't matter where we're from, nosotros vamos a representar Laredo y así va a ser siempre, so you call me a local, no. Nosotros we choose to stay local, we have our
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah.
Y pero llévame a cualquier parte y vas a ver el mismo show mejor.
But and I hate to say this, but the reaction of the people, the real people, some of them are very tough to please, man. They have a very high standard. They don't even know why.
Tough crowd.
Jay
Yeah, the
Perez,
tough crowd.
Jay Perez,
The tough crowd.
Cuando estaba en su prime, Jay Perez vino aquí a Casablanca y fue lo que dijo, man, if you make it in Laredo, you
Yep.
make it anywhere.
Yep. Because it's a tough crowd. I remember even now.
Even now,
You
yes,
walk in
yeah.
with La Negra and you're like, con madre. Tan, 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 krr, krr. We're like, what the fuck? And I'll get on the fucking mic. I'm like, hey, chill, this thing on. I'll say stuff like, hey, good practice, guys. But to fuck with the crowd, it's like, guys, wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's like when you have musicians in front of you, giving it 100%. And again, I don't understand the mentality. Not all the people, because there's some awesome crowds out there. Y cuando te toca bien, and you know what that does to you, right? And it raises their level. You want to play, you want to be at your best. But if you're playing, it's like, shit, we're playing at a funeral, man. What the fuck's
Right.
going on? Who died?
And,
You know?
and that is the reason why a lot of groups, believe it or not, guys, they don't come to the radio.
Yeah.
Big
Which is
time
sad.
groups, which is sad.
Yeah.
Porque por lo mismo. La
Yep.
gente, I mean, yeah, they'll like the music and all that, but watch, just a prime example. Si tú ves tus camaradas en San Antonio, they're a club, muy diferente.
Oh, yeah.
Atmosphere completely different.
The people, it's a different vibe, and I wish our people would develop into that. Not everybody, because like I said, we've also gone to some like special private events, and the whole family's into it, and they're dancing, they're singing, and they want to get up and sing, and which is great. As a mariachi, it's awesome. I love it. But then there's other places, you know, where if it's not carne asada or you know Coors Light, you know, and other conjuntos, not even Laredo stuff. They'll listen to other stuff, and they give their attention. But then you guys come on and for whatever reason, they're jealous, they're envious, they don't want to show their happiness about this. I don't know what it is.
Como dice Tornado, los locales, son locales.
Yeah.
And just because of that,
Yeah, and he used the word very important, demeaning. It is demeaning.
Yep.
It really is.
Yep.
Uh,
Haces un evento con 5 local groups, cobras $5, están llorando porque no quieren pagar los
Yep.
$5.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what? That's
Haces
another.
un evento con 2 grupos que vienen de aquí de 150 millas de lejos del valle y te cobran $30 la puerta para entrar, que tocan puro cover music all night, which is similar to what we do.
Right.
Y
Absolutely.
está hasta la chancla,
Yeah.
hasta la madre,
Yep.
it's the best shit ever.
Because we don't support each other, man. We don't. They're so when they say they're little proud, I don't buy that. We don't have a pride. We don't have pride in our own stuff. We don't have pride in our own culture, our own homegrown musicians. You know.
So what's badass, sorry to interrupt you, what's badass about Conjunto, and I think the guys can agree, is de que la gente de Conjunto, o sea, the people that like and support Conjunto, son pocos pero fieles.
Yes.
Right.
You know?
Yes. Okay.
Vamos nosotros a tocar a la terraza, ching, ahí está.
El gritón.
El gritón. El
Oh, the guy that screams.
Pete.
Yeah.
That guy's been yelling since
Bad breath.
circa
No.
1980 something, whatever.
Yeah. Gritando.
But he
Yeah.
supports
No, I
every
know.
single conjunto.
I've seen them several times. Grite,
He's
grite.
even there and ha ido hasta Catarranas Country Club, man.
Oh, yes.
oh yeah.
He
No,
has-
that guy. What's his name? I don't know his name.
Pete.
Pete. They should bring him on.
Ya, ¿no?
Arriba.
Ah, yeah,
Should-
okay.
should
Yeah,
speak
yeah.
or just a monkey?
No, si habla, bro.
Okay.
Es a toda madre el señor.
Okay.
otra
No, I've seen him in a bunch of like, you know, we do a lot of stuff for Casablanca security, and you're right, conjuntos, ahí está grita. I mean, I don't know how he does it all fucking night long, dude.
All night, está con el recording. all
See,
night.
and recording,
Yeah.
but está bailando,
Está bailando,
and his
recording.
wife or girlfriend supporting his crazy
Oh,
ass.
yeah.
Todavía.
And that's loyalty, man. That's loyalty. That's awesome. You know, again, looking at it from the outside, like, what the fuck? Pero think about what's going on, man. Think about what it takes to do that.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I mean, that's his thing.
Yeah.
And he does scream loud as fuck, dude. Because you guys are playing Soy Todavía, like, what the hell? Yeah.
I've done it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
years.
That's
So
awesome.
that's one of those things that Conjunto has that not all the genres have. You know?
Yeah, that is true.
Tiene a little following
That
de la
is true.
gente, you know. Si son 20 o 30, esos 20 o 30 van a ir a dar unidades.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing. Why? Another thing is because Laredo doesn't have a lot of spots for Conjunto. Not yet.
That's another
And,
one.
you know, ahorita, you know, there's like two, and then possibly a lo mejor a third one.
So
O sea, que-
I'm gonna tell you. So my spot, Mariachi Mix. Now we have the wrestling thing going on, but we're still space. I have a corner that's gonna be for bands, and we do karaoke, mariachis play there, whatever. But eventually, I want to kind of what Cantaranas has. I want to build a stage in where it's a plug and play, and there's a place for people to dance and hang out. So in the future, we'll probably bring you guys on and get you guys over.
Yeah, definitely.
Because and it's over there by Laredo Loring, right a block north of Peter Piper, Guadalupe, the bank. So a lot of families. It's safe. It's a safe environment. So we'll bring it.
Nomás no me invites y va a luchar Skull Kid, bro, por favor.
Mira, pinche Skull Kid will
Nomás
kick
no
your
me
ass
invites-
right now, dude.
Nah, man, bro.
He will kick your fucking
That
ass.
guy-
He'll eat your cake. He will eat your
your
ass. I mean, no, wait, hold on. Wait.
That changes
No, I'm sorry. That didn't come out right. That didn't come out right.
Ese quejito no.
But no, anyway, so you're gonna have a home soon. I mean, give me some time to beef it up. But okay, guys, again, I know that what day is it? The 14th or the 13th, right?
13th.
13th. That Whisper.
It's Whisper.
That's gonna be an awesome event.
We'll try to be there just to
21st,
go check it out and get some interviews and stuff.
Ya lo puso 4 veces, si no va.
He's doodling, bro. Enséñame el pad, TJ, por favor.
Mira, espérate.
Enséñame el pad, por favor.
No, espérate, déjale cambiar.
Ya, tenía Superman, estaba dibujando en los está jugando Hangman.
Deja tú, estoy jugando Hangman solo, estoy perdiendo. I can't get past the second one. But that's going to be an awesome event. Look, you guys are welcome. Tornado, the Dreams, like I told you before. We are going to have, I think we said number 25?
Yes.
Episode 25, when we
Episode
get to it, if we get to it. We're going to have an alumni episode, so we're going to shoot out an invitation to all of y'all that have been here, whoever wants to come in. It's probably going to be a long show, but shit, it'll be a chance to catch up. This is what we're doing now, from the last time we were here. And then whenever y'all having something to talk about, come on over. Don't wait for us to call you, just let us know, hey, let's do this, And I'm going to challenge you, if one day come in, want to do a little live, unplugged,
Yeah,
chat
acapella,
thing,
something.
it'll be awesome too. I mean, we've had that before. We had it last week with Ruben and stuff, and people like that. They wanna, because it's raw. It's raw and it's real, and they see the raw talent. Not like mics and all that bullshit. No, it's just you and your instrument, which is awesome. So anything else before we go, Tornado?
No, todo bien. Whenever you want to talk wrestling, vato, I'm down.
Oh shit! You may want to stick around a little bit because Skull Kid is about to skull fuck somebody right now.
Por eso no olía a ajo.
¿Por qué ves a Bojo cuando le dijiste
No,
eso?
olía a ajo, a joto.
Oh shit!
Oh boy.
Well, ¿qué onda, Skull Kid? We'll talk. He's gonna have a chance to talk some shit right now.
I know who's under the mask, but he knows who I am.
So anyway, speaking of that, I'm gonna need you to sit over here and take over your brother's space for the next interview. I want people to see you so you can see how similar they are.
It's stunt man, no, it's
You're a stunt double. But why are you covering a female body?
Why is he bigger? It's because the shadow's always bigger than me.
Because it adds on 10, maybe 40 pounds more. But I know for sure you're not Jewish. I know for sure you don't have that thing on them. All right, guys. Again, we're gonna pause it for a little bit so we can properly dismiss these guys, and we'll be right back.
Ahora sí estamos por el
No, dice got Dicky do it. No, espérate. Dicky, you know what it is? When your stomach sticks out from your Dicky. He get Cuando me pregunten de qué murió Mozart, pero murió feliz.
de leches con una Diet Dr. Pepper encima.
¿Tenemos la onda de leche o qué? No, pues es como vamos
Yo lo conocí en el yo lo conocí en andaba en la sobre yo hago the rookie. Yes, no. So I knew let's take a quick pic before you finish the eating of this. Con la colonia.
No lo dejaron conocer porque era gusto.
Los Montgomery Wards.
Yeah, I was going to come.
Yeah, no. I gotta get over it.
Estoy recién. Hey, why did you get the good chair? Yeah.
I'm the director of operations. That's fucking wise.
Tío.
Yo, si quieres dar aquí.
Ah, huevo. Mira cómo te siento más normal. No, mejor siento esto.
Yeah, that was better, bro.
Which one, the chair or
The chair.
Yeah.
Now you good?
You got him?
Yeah.
Mira, les voy a regalar una más pura ropa mía. Puede que algo nomás. I have the green and gold mask in the car. You want me to wear it?
He's also on this. Yeah. All right, we ready? Are we good?
Yeah.
Are we back? Are we back now?
Go.
Got us. All right. All right. Thank you guys for waiting a little bit. Again, we had to make sure the previous guests were ready to go and take a picture, and we had everybody sign a little memento. But all right, so one Bojo left, and we have another Bojo. This is the baby brother. So we're gonna stand in, and maybe there'll be some improvement. I'm sure it's gonna be improvement.
Oh, yeah.
This is 2.0.
2.0, there we go.
2.0. So while he's getting his passenger or whatever he's doing, Bojo will be covered now. So all right, so. Guys, again, let me go over the list of sponsors real quick before we do the final guest. So, Silverio Martinez, attorney at law, again, whatever y'all need as far as legal and civil advice, he's available. Whispers Bar and Lounge, Mikey was here earlier. He's got something going on every day, guys. So, when you get a chance, off of Springfield and Delmar, you'll see a big sign that says Whispers on it. Mariachi Mix, it's an event center, and we also sell a lot of Mexican stuff. Mariachi uniforms, all that good stuff. Warrior Way Protection Services for your security needs. Also, we do private investigations, VIP protection, that kind of stuff. So y'all need it, let us know. Wix Pizza, Eric. again, waiting for the pizza to come in. Fucking Eric, man.
Since last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's full of shit. But anyway, but it is a damn good pizza, the best pizza in town. Mariachi Mezcal de Tejas, again, there's a lot of mariachi groups, but there's only one Mariachi Mezcal. Classic Cats, again, we're gonna be a whisper soon, he doesn't know yet, but we're just gonna fucking show up, fuck it. What's he gonna do, kick us out? Everybody's elderly. Right? So, except for me. I'm the baby of the group, believe it or not. Alright, Tejano Express Radio, Fred here. You know, I mean, if it wasn't for him and what he's done with the podcast, we wouldn't be able to broadcast to y'all. So we want to thank them and support them, guys. You're on the air from what, 7 to 9?
7 to 9 in the morning, Monday through Friday.
Friday. I love the fact that back there, he's like, hey, 7 to 9 in the morning. Dude. I love that shit.
7 to 9. Seguro que si somos para aquí.
But I think he's holding on to a fart.
Con amor o sin amor. Seguro que sí.
And then the last one, Star, the Blitz 100.1. She's been around for a long time. She's been around for a long time. There you go.
I knew that.
¿Quién te orinó?
¿Qué pasó?
Quiero mi cocón.
No digo nada.
No se puede urinate.
Ya valió más.
Time to switch the battery on that.
Estoy diciendo que tú y yo estamos locos.
Ya, no, hombre.
Nagas
Hi.
can't TJ.
Like having your brother here again.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be an improvement. Now we're in the same fucking boat.
Oh, well.
Alright, so coming up, guys. So, you know, there's a new wrestling academy that will be teaching people how to wrestle, not only as a luchador, but also Greco-Roman styles. Guys, if nothing else, you're gonna get a badass workout. Because let me tell you, we had an open house on Monday, and now I'll let my director of operations talk to you about that. But we had an open house, very successful. We have one of our star wrestlers here today, and I'm not gonna get too much into it because I want them to tell their story and how it went. But let me tell you, if you don't know what you want to do with your kids for the summer, give us a call. When it comes to wrestling, it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of commitment, a lot of discipline, and loyalty to your craft. And you never know, guys. Our goal is to have many luchadores come out of Laredo and make it to the big time, prime time. That's our goal. You know, these guys, you know, like Skull Kid here today, they've been wrestling for a very long time. They know what they're doing. And if you're interested, you know, Alan will talk to you more about that. Without further ado, Alan, go ahead and take it away, man.
Yeah, so Monday we had our open house. Like DJ said, it was successful in my view, it was very successful. We had a couple of students that registered, so that was the ultimate goal. It's actually to showcase what we had. We actually had an impromptu match between our trainers. We had Sparky versus Raxo with our other trainer Daniel Garza as the referee. So it went pretty well. A lot of the guys right now, they're getting back into it. They kind of scattered from the last time that we actually had started something like this. They kind of scattered, everybody went their own way. Now we're kind of getting back. So it was surreal to actually see how much they didn't have that much ring rust, right, if you want to call it that. It's ring rust. They didn't have it as much. Yes, they were a little winded, I'm not gonna lie, but aren't we all? I mean,
Laredo heat doesn't work, doesn't help either, bro.
no, it doesn't.
It's like riding a bike. We never forget our craft.
Yeah, but your brother rides the bikes without seats.
Oh,
Through downhill with all the rocks. Ay, me cago. That's what he says. Ay, me hago la popó. Ay, ay. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys.
Alan likes to do that too with his bike.
It was your bike.
You wanted to use it?
Well, you used it first. You showed me how.
Like to have it in
El
the
Scott quiere traer los manubrios en la mesa.
La mesa.
He was the bike.
He was the
So let me tell you. So again, let me tell you the secret. So it's out of the bag. So I'm pretty much the owner of the company, and that's fine. But without Alan, he's my director of operations. I have full trust in him in the sense everything from hiring, firing to operations to everything. So he's my right hand guy. I'm pretty much trusting him with the whole process. My intent is to stay out of the way as much as possible. And I'm learning. I mean, I sat there as a spectator. I watched Skull Kid didn't perform that day. He was there, but he didn't perform in this capacity.
Estaba vendiendo tacos.
But Roxo, everybody that performed and that was up on the ring doing their thing, Alan was explaining to the crowd, the different moves, and they were going at it like it never missed a beat. It was weird. It was very impressive to see. I was very nervous on this whole concept until that day. That day, Alan shut me up and said, "Okay, I got it. He got it. We good. It's gonna take a while to get this thing going because all these professionals have day jobs and they have families. So we got to come up with a good schedule so we can provide the citizens of Laredo, the community, the best trainers we can." And again, Alan and I spoke about this from the beginning. We want to see, WWE superstars, AEW superstars from Laredo coming out of this rinky-dinky Warrior Way Wrestling Academy. But tell us more about that day, man. What did you see?
What I saw was the actual people kind of engaging and just kind of eye-opening to them. They're like, oh wow, it takes all this, it takes all that. And it's like I told them that day. A wrestling event is not just let me get up there and wrestle. No. It's actually setting up the ring, making sure you set up the ring before, and then even before the event starts, you check the ring, you make sure that everything. I mean, you saw us, you all saw us pretty much in there, getting under the ring, fixing whatever we could.
Last minute.
Tying everything down and everything, making sure, ran the ropes. We made sure everything was safe before we actually started performing on there. Right. So that's one of the things that I saw that I was like, okay, that's what we want to actually show and teach these kids. It's like, hey, it's not just because you know how to wrestle, that's it. You just come and wrestle. No, it's you get there and you see how you can help that promotion get better by your presence.
Yep.
And if your presence, it's not just by wrestling. It's actually by helping out in the back part of it.
Yep.
Not just performing, helping set up, helping tear down, helping clean up, which is one of the things that we had an issue. We used to have an issue. Right now there are a lot of, I like to call them superstars here in Laredo.
Right.
That they just want to show up and they want to wrestle and they don't want to help out. That's not.
No, that's not.
That doesn't help out.
Nope.
So
I saw you. I saw Carlos. I saw a bunch of people in the fucking ring in the heat.
Yep.
Working stuff up. The alter ego from the guy here. Also, helping out. Nobody was above anybody.
Nope.
People were tying up the belt buckles. Everybody was involved, and I was very impressed with that because that's what it takes, a team.
Yes.
It's almost like a circus. The circus, everybody's involved in bringing up that tent and bringing it down.
Yes.
And except when you're a drummer, nobody gives a fuck.
Well, I'm fortunate.
Yeah, no, at least you're lucky.
Actually, one of our guys, he wasn't there on Monday. He had some family. He was spending time from his family. He had gone out from work, and then when he came back, he was with his family. So to me, family is always gonna come first.
Yeah, that's all.
And hey, you know what? I understand you left out because you were working. You're coming back. If you want to spend the day with your family, that's by all means, dude. I'm gonna completely understand. You go do that. We are gonna give you shit for it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk shit.
Yeah, but yeah, Mandilon, Adrian.
That's all we
You're
here for.
hearing
Yes.
We love each other, but we give each other hard times, but we all love each other.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
So I saw everybody working together, man. And nobody was afraid to get dirty. Like I said,
teamwork. Coming out of the military, that's a big thing for me.
Yes.
Nobody's above it. Even though you're the boss out on the field, you're still out there. You're the ones. You're setting the example. Now, I'm telling you right now, private conversation in public. I don't want you to do that too much because if you are too much into the woods, into the weeds, you're not supervising. You're not making sure. So you got to learn how to back up a little bit.
Yep.
And that's because you're in charge, man. And something goes wrong, But I know you want to get in there and do it yourself.
Yeah,
Stay leading by example.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
call-
That's my thing. It's like, hey, if I'm gonna see my guys getting down, hey, you know
But,
what? I'm gonna
but
be
they
down
know
there.
you're winning and able to do it. So
Yes.
back up. Let them work it because now you're developing leaders, future leaders.
Yeah.
We need, we need to teach them how to pay their dues because there's a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
When I first started back
And
in
you guys.
2016, hey, you're new, put the chairs, set up the ring. When I first started, it was with Laredo Kid, and then I went to ROW. That's where I met Adam about 10 years, almost 10 years already.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for Laredo Kid, not because you met me.
Well, and when I went to ROW, like, hey, you want to be here, you need to set up chairs. We would have to get there 2-3 hours before, set up the ring, set up everything, make sure everything was correct. And like Alan said, there's a bunch of new guys where, they know how to do a flip from the third rope, and just because of that, they already think they're superstars.
That's
And I get
that's
it. It looks-
Eric, brother. That's
And
Eric.
I get it, it looks pretty and everything, hey, but you still need to pay your dues. Everybody does it, but some kids already, like, they think they're
They go, they train for 2-3 days, and then
Yeah.
they come back and they already have all their gear and they have
Oh, yeah.
it's a nice and mask and everything, and then they go and get in the ring and they get in the ring with actually someone that actually knows how to wrestle. Oh, pobrecitos.
Yeah, there's some guys, I don't wanna say promotions, but there's some promotions here in Laredo where they see them training 2-3 days. They already have them wrestling on, hey, it took me a year to debut. I started training in December of 2015, and I had my first match with ROW in November of 2016.
I've been following this called Kid since he started as a child,
Yeah.
And he's always done real good, man. And I always told him, to keep going. But except for that pause that he wanted to go sell tacos and stuff, like, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
That was it, and I had
While
to
riding
learn
that
everything.
unicycle with us.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
I still have it at the house if you want to use it.
Yeah, I'll
he's
pick you up on that offer
real
later.
good at what he does, man. I mean, and I always told him, but lo único nomás, dude, don't, o sea, no te entregues sin que te cuides, you know what I mean? Like, I mean,
course.
Oh yeah.
the most
So-
important thing,
Yeah,
bro.
I did stop for about 2 years. I did come back last year for a little bit, and this year I'm trying to come back. But now I have kids, and it's a little bit hard. Like right now, I came. My daughter, she's about to be 5. She's like, "Where are you going, Daddy?" I'm like, "I'll be back." I told her I'm going to work because if I tell her I'm going somewhere else, she starts crying, and
Right.
it's like the end of it. So I have to tell her I'm gonna go to work. If not, she still stays crying, right?
Yeah.
Every time I leave without her, it's like the end of the world for her.
So if you heard the conversation earlier about
Yeah.
why veterans are mad,
Yeah,
that's the shit right there.
that's it. That's right there.
When I left,
Prime example.
when I left for those 2 tours in Afghanistan, my daughter was 1. I come back, she's 3.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't get near me for a while unless I was wearing a FedEx uniform. Get it?
Actually, look at him.
It's like having your brother here. What's up?
Oh, God.
Momentos musicales para todos ustedes.
El uniforme del lechero también.
Yeah, if I wasn't wearing
El
that.
cartero,
You're cutting me dead.
La leche.
So, but no, but joking aside, I mean, it was hard, man. And so that's why I'm telling you that my theory is that we're upset at the fact that, and because of that, your daughter's your world, man. And you're her hero.
Yeah.
You are the only man that she'll ever be able to trust.
Yeah, and there's times where I'm about to leave and she's like, "Where you going, Dad?" And she's me with my maleta and stuff. "You're gonna go do lucha libre, Dad?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." "Okay, I love you, bye." And she knows. Sometimes
She
she
knows,
goes, and
huh?
there's times where it's too late.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't take you, but she's seen you a couple times.
That's badass. That's badass stuff, man. It
One of the
really
best
is.
feelings ever, bro.
Yeah, it is.
It is right. Yeah, it is. So,
Have your kids there while you're playing.
All of them,
Oh, while
all
you're performing, yeah, doing
My
your thing.
kids, yeah.
I had a wrestling event a couple, like maybe a month or 2 ago. They were in Las Palmas, and all my 4 kids got to see me.
good.
And that's the first time they all get to see me.
They
at the
actually
same
saw
time.
you. That's badass.
That's good.
So going back to last Monday, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
I was very impressed. I know you were all over the place, man. Every time I turned around, I just saw that green shirt with his little gut.
Hey,
I was like,
He developed that. Ahora sí tiene cuerpo de
Ahora sí,
luchador.
Todos los
But-
tacos y las tortillas de harina.
You were all into it, man. You were all over the place, helping the other guys out. You know, helping Anna out with the performance, with the show, you know, with the crowd. That was awesome, and that's what I expect. Honestly, guys, I expect that from y'all. I mean, this is your thing. This is your industry.
Yes,
I'm
because
just trying to learn it. But I was very impressed with what you all did last time. I really was. Alan, I kept on talking to him all day. Are we good with that? Are we good? Because that's the way I am. And he's like, hombre, wey, I got it. I'm like, fuck you, bro. You fuck up.
Oh yeah, and I know, but I mean, I've been doing this. I've been doing wrestling since 2015. I got involved with it. I loved it. I started getting into it. It wasn't until maybe about 2016 when I actually started getting into the how to organize everything.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big okay. You know what? This wrestler versus this wrestler, and it would take me a while before. It's taken me a while to where they're like, hey, wait. Yeah, it might look badass on paper, but
No,
this
no,
wrestler's not
yeah.
ready for this. This wrestler's not ready for this
Not right now,
wrestler.
yeah.
Not right now. Wait. You know what we need? Let's put this wrestler here. Let's move this. So it took me a while. Now I'm at that point to where I feel comfortable enough to say, you know what? I know who I can put in the matches. But it was always, every event that we always had was, we had plan A, which was the original. We had to have plan B, plan C, all the way to plan maybe F, G, H, I, J,
Yeah, 'cause that's all.
because sometimes we wouldn't have wrestlers. So I had to have wrestlers on call to, hey dude, hazme un paro, vente. And they would get there and they would wrestle and everything. Yes, me sacaste de un apuro, güey, órale, ahí va.
It's como dicen, when you're a wrestler,
Oh yeah, no, también.
when you're a wrestler, you're gonna go to an event just to be to go see it. You're not even gonna wrestle. Always have your gear case.
Yeah, just-
hey,
yeah.
you're a wrestler. Can
Wow,
you
that's a
come
good
and help us
point.
out? Yeah,
That's
a lot of
a valid
wrestlers.
point.
I do it too sometimes where I'm just gonna go as a spectator.
But you never
and then
know.
I have my gear. Like, hey,
So-
Superman.
Yeah.
that's cool. Está quitando la en Spider-Man 1. So like,
Ooh, just you know the good. So, but here's the deal. That's what I'm trying to avoid. That's why this wrestling company, I want it to be different. I want it to be more professional, more dedicated. So I know that I can count on this guy. Just what I saw in him being here today,
Yes.
I know that he's your right hand party for now. I know the other guys wanted to be here, and I appreciate that. But the fact is that they're not here.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, but he took the time to be here. So trust me, it means a lot, man. So and that's what I want. We need to surround ourselves with the right people, with the right attitude. No divas. We're all in it together. There's money to be made for everybody. There's opportunities for everybody. So
Speaking of divas, one of them just said that your age is showing again.
who the fuck said that?
I'm just saying, right?
What I like
A
about
diva,
this,
man.
what I like about this is it's something new. There's only another one wrestling school here, which is a 5-star wrestling.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, but there's really nothing. You have to go. Let's say there's a ring in the house, right? They just go train, but they don't actually have a trainer. It's just another
Yeah,
guy.
just to go, yeah.
That's just it. So what we're trying to do here, it's something nice. I really like what we're gonna do. Hopefully everything comes
I
out
think
good.
so. I got a chance to speak to the guys that day. I got a lot of good vibes. I think everybody was a little nervous about who the fuck is this guy and why is he here and all that shit. But I try to show them that we're here, and I'm very overprotective over my guys. Dude. I really am. I mean, nobody's gonna. But I also expect a lot from y'all.
And all of us know each other 10 years, maybe more. A lot of us guys known each other since we started. Some of us started together, some of them came along the way. So we've, like everybody you met that day, we've known each other for a while.
Yeah, no, you can tell right away.
Yeah.
You can tell right away.
And
Okay,
it's
so wait, who's talking shit about my age?
Oh, hey, it's something that you hate that just he called me right now. He's like, hey,
Oh, I know who
get,
the
get
fuck
me,
it is.
hey, get me,
El maricón de Lucio,
get me my guys up.
Lucio.
He tried to be my manager for a while, but he made me look bad.
Why?
Damn.
Lucio wanted him to start wearing suits and chains, and he wanted
That's
to
not my
make
style.
look. He wanted all these crazy suits and everything.
I only
know,
wanted
he
to-
wanted to dress him up like a Ken doll. That's Lucio for you, right? I don't know.
I only wanted the money, but I didn't want the suits.
But it's like it's like I said,
That's what you do know about that.
sometimes I catch myself and I mean, I'll catch myself turning into Lucio once in a while.
Oh, boy.
Here on the
We don't want
podcast,
Lucio.
especially, right? and it's
Fuck
that.
that puto.
And it's that. Speaking of putos, anyway, it's the Jekyll and Hyde effect.
So,
Damn.
so Ms. Ruby Garcia says, let's go, kid. And
Oh,
you might know her.
That's my wife.
That's my-
She's not Garcia, but I'm not gonna say my real name.
Well, she said, I mean, I'm just reading what it says there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get mad at her at the house. Hey, that's not your last name anymore.
There you go. I like it. So let me bring something up. Let me tell you the dedication, and that's why I'm very comfortable with my right hand guy. The level of dedication. So something happened in the ring to you that you asked for it and you took it.
I told them, one of the guys,
He took the biggest, the smartest guy we had. He's
Yeah.
like what, 300 pounds, 350
Pretty
pounds.
much.
Around there.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
And a big
check it out.
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, one of the guys, he ended up doing one of the, they did something wrong. And usually in the wrestling industry, when you do something wrong, is a, so that you can correct it right then and there, se le llama un castigo. And it's usually a chop across the chest, it's
Oh,
usually something painful, right?
So help you remember.
I go, wait, they're up there, they're already exhausted, they're already tired. I'm having them do all this while I'm out here enjoying a drink and talking on the phone, right? So, it's like TJ said, he takes care of his guys, I take care of my guys.
Right.
Yes, one of my guys screwed up, I'm gonna take the heat for it. I'm gonna do what they should have done to him, I'm gonna do it. So I ended up taking 2 chops across the chest. And it still hasn't gone down.
Oh.
Enséñalo.
Yeah, it was one,
Really?
one hand, the other one.
Ahí está.
That's
Holy
from Monday.
cow.
Ay, no,
That was
qué
on Monday.
malvado.
4 days ago.
Qué chupado.
Qué malvado. Qué perro.
Se llama Colombiano.
That guy tiene la mano
Fuchi
de-
colombiano.
That guy, he has a bunch of characters, but the way that he portrays each one of them, sometimes you can't even tell that it's the same guy.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
after a while, you're like, pues está del mismo tamaño, ¿verdad? You can't miss him. He's like our biggest guy. You can't fucking miss
Yeah,
him.
right.
So he gets into his character so good that you can't really tell that, oh yeah, he's this character. No, you're into that character that he's doing. And one of the characters that he used to do before was called Panda.
Uh-huh.
And it was our version of Kung Fu Panda.
Right.
Brown shorts, he would come out all
Yeah.
painted. But we didn't need to paint his body porque ya está todo moreno. Ya estaba todo moreno. So you just paint the face white and everything. But that was his signature move. It was the
Double-handed.
double-handed chop across the chest. And I took one of those and a regular just. And then everybody, apparently I heard uno que estaba ahí gritando, sí, no traigo brasier, y se está riendo, dale otro.
I don't know what it was.
But that usually happens in wrestling, so it's kind of like,
He did lose a nipple. Now he has 2.
Yeah.
But he lost a
And you
nipple.
see how
He's
you
cocky.
saw how
I mean, that
big he
way was
was.
chops, man.
That guy can roll. He can do
I
everything.
know, no.
Like,
He
you saw him.
afterwards he was there with one of our new clients,
Yes.
one of our new trainers, students, and he was rolling around and I'm like, holy shit, the big guys, man. These are big guys.
Well,
that
we're a
he's-
little bit over 300 pounds, and he was doing everything that I can. Some other guys can do. It's like, wow.
Yeah, so
It's impressive.
it's a lot of stuff, and like I said, I was very impressed that day, not only with Alan, but every single guy that was out there helping and make that open house a success. I was very impressed, and it helped me. It made me relax too. Now I know where we're going, because before it was just Alan and I talking about it, and sometimes fucking Lucy will get in the way, but most of the time it was just Alan and I. But no, I'm very excited about this.
Sorry, Lucio coming out. It's a Jekyll and Hyde.
You want me to give him a chop right now?
Please, go ahead, give him a nuts.
Lucio,
In the nuts.
I don't know where it's coming
In
from.
the baby nuts.
Where's the hippie? I mean,
Anyway. Alright, so, so put on your director of operations hat. So,
Yeah.
what's next? What are we going with this?
we're starting. We're shooting for. We wanted to start next week. We just we need to change some of the boards. I felt that they were kind of dangerous to leave them the way it is. We are going to be working with some kids. So the last thing I want is for one of the kids to get hurt. So we're planning on starting Tuesday, us fix whatever we need to fix, make sure that everything's good. To start on I think it's the 17th, Monday the 17th?
Monday.
Either Monday the 17th or Tuesday, and then we'll probably be doing maybe 2 classes. One class, 2 days. So we'll probably be doing Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Wednesday, either or.
And I'm teaching the Wednesday, right?
Monday?
I'm doing Wednesday, right?
Yes, you're doing Wednesdays.
Yeah. So Skull Kid will be there. Well, some form of Skull Kid will be there.
Yes.
Training. So right now we have 3 people signed up for that officially.
Yes.
We're gonna continue pushing this all week on all kinds of media to try to get the word out. And we'll probably put some flyers out and take them out.
Never changed the name. No, not to worry. Damn.
Garza. I changed it.
Garza. I changed it.
Followed by muy chingón, wait until you get home.
Why did she say my last name? It's a secret.
Dagnabbit!
She's supposed to know it's a secret.
Sometimes your biggest fans are the ones
Yeah.
that blow your
Yeah.
boss.
So I will say this with Skull Kid. I learned a little while ago that he's also a Nixon grad.
So
So,
that's a good
so that's why.
Wherever green and gold, I have the green and gold mask in the bar. I have to go put it on.
You should go put it on. You should go put it on.
I mean, I can go for it really quick. I have it.
Agüitas, go do it.
Oh,
No
we
le
gotta
digas
see
nada.
this.
Ven que el niño es risueño y le hacen cosquillas. No, but
This was Nixon, but he forgot which was the door.
Right.
There you go, there
con
you
la
go.
máscara Mr. Magoo allá.
Está acá, ya no mira nada.
So, okay, so we're looking at the 17th, right? So,
Yes.
again, classes, guys, will probably be altered between Monday and Wednesday, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Again, you give all the parents a chance too. Because I know there's some activities going on, and they need the parents might need a break also from because it gets expensive, guys. All these different things get expensive. So, we're very excited. It's gonna be good. It's a safe environment. It's everything's done legit, and your kids are gonna be safe. So,
I'm gonna change it live.
you gonna change your life?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
He's gonna do
Let's
the
see,
way
let's see,
that
let's see how he does
the
it.
wrestlers do it.
Hello! Yeah!
And this is why they're professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah, I can't even do that with my underwear. That's why I don't wear any.
Y ahora sí le abro más lo voltea al revés.
Oh, brown on the outside. No, but I like. Look at that. I like that. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
awesome.
this is actually in honor of Nixon.
Yeah.
Really?
Wherever green and gold, yeah, that's why I made it.
For them to put a curtain para que no se vea que no trae calzones. Yo le digo, yeah, Lucio says for you to put some.
Oh, boy. Oh.
De los tres.
De los tres. Ah, okay.
So,
De los 3 huevos que tienes.
what's the name of los tres?
You use some diapers. I'm sorry, bro.
You already had
Depends.
the
I'm already
diaper.
depends.
You're the diaper. Not Doppler, diaper. So I like that. I like that. That's a badass.
That's pretty awesome.
Nixon color.
And I was in the band, I played trumpet there. So.
Oh, no.
Nada más que- ya no
With the
me-
mask, so you can only imagine how you play that trumpet.
Nada más que, if you tell me to play a trumpet right now, I'm gonna sound probably worse than a 6th grader.
Oh yeah, these two were in the band.
Oh,
The Mighty Nixon Band, right?
Hey,
Say it was
That's
Ace
awesome.
Ventura style that he played that trumpet with.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is.
Uh,
it.
now-
Es que tocaba usted el pito. I'm sorry.
Now you got her saying him and his Nixon pride. You know what, man? You know what, man? You married a Nixon Mustang, though.
She's a panther, that's why.
Ah.
That's almost as bad as Martin.
Ah.
Remember Martin? For all my Martin friends, once a tiger, always retarded.
Es como en What's the Tiger of the Tiger because they never graduate.
Oh.
You're gonna get a bunch of.
You know what? We lost like 5 sponsors on that one.
I am not gonna be held responsible for that
Yeah, my,
shit. You're driving on your own.
I'm gonna take my mask off.
I never heard that. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my wife is a panther.
Well, you know, it's not her fault.
Yeah.
But at least she made it up by marrying a Mustang.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. That's awesome, guys. So going back to this, look,
Alan, what else? I know that we're talking about lucha libre, but the Greco-Roman stuff.
Yes.
Where are we going with that?
It's gonna be. We're not gonna focus it. We're gonna mix it all in together. It is gonna have a mix of Greco, lucha libre, and it's just gonna look awesome. We had it when we had Renegades of Wrestling way back when. You would have a luchador versus one of our guys that would do American wrestling, and they would mix it, and everybody was kind of like.
Yeah, I gotta go see this, honestly, because to me, it's very interesting. I mean, in the sense, I'm not a big follower of wrestling, but, you know, I don't mind seeing it. I've seen it on TV, but, you know, in real
No,
life.
it's very
something
different. I would.
But we want to teach them the right way, because a lot
Exactly.
of guys come here in Laredo, they don't teach them correctly. Some guys don't know how to fall because everything has it's all technical, right?
Right.
You need to learn how to fall. You need to learn how to grab a guy. You can't just come and grab him because you have to learn how to grab. Because there's the right way, there's the wrong way. Like I can get him right now. I can hurt him, but I know he's not gonna be hurting, right?
Right.
I'm gonna get him. So so it's all.
I know you're in training, right, where you work. When I was with PD for a couple of years, I did. Your partner is your toy. Do not break your toy.
Oh yeah.
You gotta get through the training. You gotta get the effect, whether it's a hold or whatever it is, without hurting that person or them hurting you. That's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. So I know that there's, like, for example, there's some football programs, and I'll say it. I played one game against the fire department when I was with PD, and I heard the coach, one of the coaches that was helping us. If you get into the pile, grab somebody's, fucking ankle and We're here to hurt each other. This is a career.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
I understand. And in wrestling,
If they
And-
say
and-
encargo,
and-
like they say
encargo.
I tell encargo, that's hurting.
yeah, and
Really?
that's
Oh.
from the promoter.
Yeah.
Reason being, and we go back to the whole, es que yo soy yo soy lo otro. Yo quiero hacer esto. No, I don't want to be the first man. Yeah. Sí, sí, el yo-yo effect.
El
Yo
yo-yo.
no quiero ir en la primera, yo ya soy más de la primera, yo quiero ir en esta. So the promoter is like, no chingues, like I already had the whole fucking card, and just because your panties all are in a bunch, it happened to one of our guys. I'm not gonna mention Santos' name, but he's not wrestling anymore.
Yeah,
so-
that guy. I wasn't there, but I heard what they did to him. And
Oh
damn,
man!
it was
And you're
bad.
talking about wrestlers
From the old school.
from old school lucha that eran, ¿quieres ser luchador? Órale, vamos a ver si aguantan los chingazos.
He had a couple. Lo que yo tenía entendido is he barely had a couple months in the business, but ya se sentía estrella. He was like, I'm not gonna go in the first match. You wanna go with the estrella? They put him in the last match, and after that they tore him up. They were hitting him really bad. It was I heard everything that they did to him, and it was bad.
But it's kind of like in our field, it's rookie. Obviamente, we're not gonna let him get his ass kicked completely.
Right.
But you're
But you're like, hey, let me wait 2-3 seconds and then I'll jump in, right? So you at least 1 or 2 smacks que le sienten bien. It's like, okay, ahora sí ya voy a leído. It's the same thing with wrestling too. Kind of when the promoter, hey, te lo cargo.
Yeah.
It's
So-
just para que le baje los
It's all about
humos.
being
And it's
humble.
to humble him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be
So
humble.
let me tell you one thing. I'll tell you this right now, and I'm making this public. Divas and all that shit, not in this company. We're all in it together.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you, as a director of operations, say, "Dude, this is your lineup. This is your lineup. You don't like it. The last time we talked to you, get out.
Yep.
You're done."
Oh yeah, no. And these guys,
No, I got that. I got that.
and these guys, they know me. They know how I work. They've already know. They've seen me be, like, hey, you know what? No, así no. And it was kind of it was never a power struggle because I understood. Hey, you know what? You've been doing this longer than I have, but we can't be mixing. We can't be changing it. I understand. We know that guy is a really good wrestler. Okay, you know what? no, nos faltó uno. Yes, let's move him then. But just because porque él quiere, porque es
So-
gente diva,
there's-
and then we would do it. But there's times where we have to, hey, you know what, we have to
Yes,
readjust
and
this.
so our people, this company, will have nothing but people that are team players. That's what I want. I don't want, just because Skull Kid thinks he's all that, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, you know, because if he's not in his right frame of mind that he needs to become another character, he needs to maybe take a loss, whatever. He needs to be a team player. Tampoco we're not gonna take advantage of anybody. We're gonna give everybody the due respect, but sometimes, you know, like what Alan did, you know, with Tiny Tim over there, you know, taking those hits across the chest. You didn't have to do that.
No.
Like you said, you were with a mic and a drink, dealing with the crowd. Nobody. I didn't never say that. I want to see you. I never said that shit.
No.
You decided to do it, and I'm really proud of the fact that you did, because not everybody would have done that, you know. And I'll tell you one thing. You know, I never got a chance to wrestle or whatever, but now I don't care how old I am. Lucio and I, or Lucio, and let me tell you who it is right now. It's gonna be Lucio Santana, right?
Okay.
Against Vince Von Fritz. Honorable Vince and the one Eric. So anyway, one day it's gonna be a fucking shootout. It's gonna be a throwdown.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a shit how it's gonna work down. I don't care. I don't care. We kiss the shit out of each other. I'm sorry, that's a different type of.
Join that fight.
Your Vince Von Fritz is coming out.
Can I join that fight?
Yeah, why eso no?
Forever green and gold.
And that's why I went to Alexander.
Here we go.
But-
There comes a pretty boy.
But
Yeah.
deep down, I'm a Panther.
Deep down, yeah, deep down what?
Deep down in my heart.
Deep down the throat of a panther. Or deep down the throat of a panther.
No.
Es que según un Panther se lo metió, so.
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But like I said, guys, look, we're talking in public about a lot of private stuff as far as the direction of the company and where we
Yeah.
want to take it.
Yeah.
I will say that, like I said, I'm really proud of what Alan's done, from finding a ring to getting the guys to take it, to put it together, to get the open house going. And my plan is also to, also maybe on a Friday or Saturday have an open house. People want to come in and just sit down and watch, you know, these guys work.
Oh, yeah.
You know, as spectators. Because again, unless you see it in person, Fred.
I got to.
It's a whole
I
different
gotta
thing.
go see it.
One
Yeah.
thing is to watch it on TV, another thing is
Yeah.
to hear that guy's pain, like I saw Adam take those
Yeah,
shots.
like Alan said earlier, a lot of people just go see the show, but they don't know what goes out.
Right,
You know, there's
exactly.
a bunch of things. It's not just get in the ring and that's it. No, you have to get.
That's the
in
fun
ring.
part. That's the fun part.
That's when we have
But
fun,
what
but
takes to get
the hard
there,
work.
and then it gets even harder when everybody's tired. When you want to go home, fuck, we gotta tear down this fucking.
Yeah.
There's been times where we would finish around 10 a.m. in Market Street, and we would leave at till 12, 1 in the morning, cleaning and.
No, remember we had to tear the ring apart at gas?
Oh yeah,
Oh my
the
God.
finish up, no?
Yeah, we were at an auto shop and we started doing some. We did a couple of events there at the auto
So I
shop,
went to see me there.
and it was go early in the morning Saturday, set up the ring,
Set up.
go back home, do whatever you need to do, and then in the evening after you finish wrestling, after everything, todos jodidos, tear that ring apart because they needed to have the cars in and fix cars in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we would leave
So-
around 12, 1 in the morning. So we finished 9, 10. We'd still have to stay a couple hours because it's not just you need to take the ropes down. There's things on the bottom of the ring to support the ring.
Yeah.
It's a whole
Yeah,
process.
no. Like I said, I'm learning chingos, bro. Trust me, I'm learning a lot. You know, Alan, you opened my eyes to a whole different world. You know, you grew up with and I, you know, I used to have a sound system and I used to work at the Casablanca when Vegas Stadium was starting. You know, remember that stuff? I got to meet all those guys. I would go to the dressing room. I'm like, okay, what music do you want? So I can know the entry song. And so I got to meet a lot of. But again, when I got there, the ring was already set up. And as soon as the show was over, I packed up my shit and left. I never saw everything that goes on and off. So what I hope to do is one day get big enough that if we are doing shows, I want an actual crew to set it up and get it out. You know, I want these guys to relax and the end of the day have somebody else do it.
Trust me, a lot of the guys a lot of my guys, they like doing it because it's still the camaraderie. Pues,
No,
everybody's feeling the breeze and everything. Now, a lot of the times it's like, ya terminamos, y órale, la hielera.
Yeah.
Y slowly, you
Yeah.
start, y empiezas, y luego ya terminas, everything's set up, y ya te quedas
Pinche ring
platicando y
and
todo
missing
eso.
boards and shit, that's totally in pedos.
No, está bien because
We started drinking after.
we like to do it también because we want to know, hey, let's see how the ring is. Porque va a venir un crew, they don't know, they're
Well,
not wrestlers.
actually,
we like to
actually,
make
you know
sure-
what? In that sense, you're right because you want to trust what you're on,
Yes.
especially when you're throwing. I mean, when you're jumping all over the place.
I've been in
Especially when you're
rings.
inside that ring with Colombiano and he's body slamming you, or he's taking a fucking bump on that thing.
Yeah.
You want to
No,
make sure that
that boy's bigger than you, and landing on those freaking boards, dude. It's something else to watch. Man.
I think you've seen him también, bro. Cerrucho. I don't know if you
Yeah, I
remember.
think so.
Colombiano salió con la bandana.
Yeah.
Laura's
Oh,
motherfucker.
I've been in some bad rings where it's like, but you have to work. I mean, you're already out there. You don't get. Sometimes you just get there. The ring's already there. You don't even get to try how it is. Because some guys get to go, but then sometimes you can't.
Something you don't have enough time to
And
get
then you
done.
go
Yeah.
and the rolls are bad.
Luego ahí se te olvidan las botas.
Se te olvidan como una vez se me olvidaron las botas. Remember that time you let
I
me?
was skating all over the
And I
place.
was glad because I wasn't used to them. The shows.
Se andaba cayendo solo.
Wait, you put on his boots. He's kind of like a size. Lucius kind of like a size
Así
5.
como-
Yeah.
así como-
I was about to say.
Parecía chivito, así con los pies así todo.
Le dijo, that's not a heel for
I have my shows like last one.
Lucio, I'm not gonna say that Lucio gets his clothes from Bailey Gap. So,
Oh man.
En el Oshkosh, ¿cómo se llama el otro?
sí, en el Oshkosh o ahí en el
Children's Place.
George's Place.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
that's where he got it. That's where Lucio got his fedora.
And I think, and that match lasted what, like 45 minutes maybe? And I was like,
Shit.
it was against Magnetico. No, I
Oh,
took all the
man.
boots, I'm like, oh, finally.
Pero
Los Juanetes and all.
Magnetico's the other one. He had a family emergency that day. That's why he wasn't there. Any other day, he's gonna be there.
Magnetico, he's a second generation super wrestler and he's really good.
He's a superstar. No,
Yeah, he's a
superstar.
superstar.
Digo, si de por sí así ya.
Ya se cree mucho, se va a querer más.
No, let me tell you, man. I mean, when I saw that day, like I said, I was very impressed, and I'm very proud to call you guys part of the team.
Thank you.
And let's do this, man. It's gonna get good. We're trying to offer Laredo something different. Like I said, it's something different not only for Laredo, but for you guys too, from what you were used to doing. And like I told the group, I sat down with them and I explained to them who I was and my vision. And through Adam, I mean, I think we can do it. I mean, I'm not worried about it at all, man. I mean, it's gonna take a little bit of time
Oh yeah.
to get where we want to get. But you might even get your older sister too over there eating cake. Wow! Just because he got a pap smear right now he's not brave.
Let me put a camera over there.
I'm so sore. Salió todo bien.
Salió de más. But anyway, so any last words, guys, that you want to tell Laredo?
Just very excited and hopefully we get more people into this.
Questions, they can reach out to me. They can find me on Facebook under Arias Garza, or on the pamphlets that we've shared everywhere and everything. My number's on there. Go ahead and give me a call. If I don't answer, text message.
And
Yeah,
I
and-
have my Facebook too, S-Kid, and then Skull Kid.
Nice.
They didn't let me put Skull, so I had to put S-Kid as the
Oh,
name.
okay.
That's why I have myself as
No wonder
S-Kid.
I was looking at it. I'm like, why didn't you do that?
Yeah, I have myself as
So
S-Kid.
Mark.
Yeah.
Gee, wow.
They didn't let me, when I was,
Anyway, he really wants to get into the ring.
yeah. When I put myself as Skull, they were saying it was something like, I'm being a terrorist. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
So, S-Kid Luchador, and then I just
I'm
under
under
parentheses, I put
Skid
Skull
Mark.
Kid. Yeah.
Skid Mark.
That underwear.
Skid Mark Garza. 'Cause we already know that Garza.
Skin marks on your pants.
Thank you to my wife for saying my last name.
Yeah. So much for secrets.
No, and I tell
We're
her
not
all the
in
time,
relations.
she works in elementary school, and she tells everybody, I already told you not to tell
Don't
nobody.
say
Even when I was, because I did stop wrestling for a while, and I was like, oh, it's good. I'm not even doing it anymore, but you're telling everybody, but okay.
That's funny.
I like
That's
it.
good. That's
I like it, Skid Mark. It's awesome.
Pinche vato, es como, why look at your sister over here?
They're not ocupado.
Yeah, está todo bien.
Nada,
Was it feedback? Oh shit, sorry, Lucio's coming out again. Sorry.
Boy, me also go a little bit way back, and his one of his nephews is actually one of my best friends. So,
Nice. And see, this is, so part of the fun of this podcast, honestly, has been, you know, the connection, guys. I mean, like you guys, you know, you and other musicians, you know, it's awesome. I mean, I'm getting to meet a lot of awesome people. If it wasn't for this, Alan and I wouldn't have met.
Nope.
Thanks to Spinning Chris Garza.
Yeah.
He's the one that introduced us. And now, because of him, I got to meet, you know, Skull Kid and some other people. So I said, no, I'm going. I mean, networking and making Laredo a better place, man. I mean, that's the whole goal. So I'm really excited about that. I really am.
And the community needs to really, really reach out, come out, enjoy what's out here, because there is a lot of things happening which a lot of people don't know. I don't even know sometimes what's happening.
That's because you're old.
Okay.
One thing that I do want to add, I heard something about the marathon, or was it a telethon?
Telethon.
A telethon. Let us know. And
We-
every
you
hour,
know what?
every hour
I
on
like
the
that.
hour,
I like
every
that.
hour on
Where
the
you're
hour,
going. I know.
we'll throw one match.
And I like what you're
A
going.
5-10 minute match every hour on the hour. And for every dollar during that match, for every dollar that's earned, I'll take a chop.
Oh, really?
For $10, sir.
Yeah.
Sí, okay. Ay, bastante, llegaban $1,000.
You know what? That's a damn good idea. And thank you for offering that. I hadn't thought of that. We can actually, even if we say we do it here as the studio, whatever.
Yeah.
We can go live over there.
Yep.
And do the match. I like it. I like the idea. That's awesome.
I
Man.
also see that you have a couple master. I'm gonna give you one of my first matches. You can put it back.
Oh,
cool,
cool.
yeah.
I'll be honored.
Next time I see you, I'll give you
He's
one of
gonna
my
pawn
matches.
it, bro. No.
Nada más dale como $5, no pasa nada.
Okay, there's a full of skate marks.
Don't put it on because I haven't watched it like in 10 years.
No, azuco, chinga.
La quita, chica. Real freaking hard.
Ya los cuernos están todos así.
That's because we're older, so Alright guys,
Spit on them
well,
for some reason.
thank you guys for your time, really appreciate it. Again guys, another successful podcast, I think. I mean, it's getting better and better every year. So we don't bring on just anybody, guys. Let me tell you, there's people calling, asking to come on. We're trying to be real careful with who we bring on because, you know, we want to establish a baseline of who's going to come in. So we really appreciate it. No, sir. So anyway, again, guys, thank you for sitting in on this podcast number 12 out of Laredo, Texas, guys. For those of you from across the country and the world that are watching, really appreciate it. This is gonna go on YouTube channel. Fredo will upload it tomorrow, and it stays there, guys. You can actually go back to what, all the way to the beginning?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So
you want to catch an episode, and you can go back and check it out. You know, a lot of people are not allowed. Some are watching live, some are not, and that's fine. But by the time the week is over, the numbers really grow. So we're getting better at this.
We appreciate that,
And we
really.
appreciate the support. And again, I'll say this: it's an adult show. You know, we're not trying to be rude or anything like that. We're just trying to speak like adults and have a great time. All the guests so far have been awesome. We've never had an issue. And we appreciate that.
Another Lucio.
We see you, Lucio. Well, quítale el mic a Lucio. Pinche Lucio.
Check on the hide effect.
No, whatever. Sucio Santana.
Te huele.
Anyway, guys, have a great evening, have a great week. We'll see you guys next Thursday.
Y'all be safe out there and stay
Wait,
in
hold
the
on. We
shade.
gotta let Bojo too say something.
Bojo?
Thank you for having us.
No, thank
Thank
you.
you guys.
Thank you guys for having me as a backup.
Back up to the backup.
You're the backup boy.
You know, but I'm happy to be here, guys. Ya saben, en lo que les pueda ayudar yo de mi parte, I'm here.
So the plan is whenever your sister can't make it, I want to.
Quiero hacer que haga una band para cuando salga lucha mucha live.
Hey,
Mucha live.
so,
Bo was there when I was choosing a song because I used to use Iron Man, and Bo was actually one of the ones who helped me choose the lucha.
So at that time, his theme was like for the kids. I'm like, you gotta come out with a peppy song, right? And he's like, well, which one? Like Chico de Barrio, like Mucha Lucha.
and that's when opened like a
And I used to use it, and I actually, cause I'm a truck driver, right? So I was going to Eagle Pass. I actually bumped into them in Eagle Pass in the truck stop. I didn't get to take a picture of them. I just took a picture of the bus because they were already all inside the bus. There was like, I don't know if he was the bus driver or the manager. I was like, hey, the Chico de Barrio están aquí, and they're like, yeah, they're already. They just got into the bus. They're like, I'm not gonna bother.
It's like
But I got
15.
to.
It's better than Baby Shark. That fucking song.
Oh, boy.
That's not out there with Lord of You. Perverted dinosaur.
Ahorita my daughter, abejita chiquitita, abejita chiquitita.
Y acá camaradas en pelotas.
Con la abejita.
Y acaba mi repanita. Alright, let me go before it gets stupid here. Y'all have a great night, guys. Have a good
Good night, thank you, guys.
one.
3 hours.